so I'm rolling
And
with
it's funny because you were trolling Christian about it right when he left the
Do
first
it.
time.
Yeah.
It's like, you will be my protege.
I was always going to be my Anakin. I was going to turn to the dark side. And then when
Yeah,
other
he-
people came and talking about the chapter, I just put up the picture.
Yeah, he was definitely wilding.
All right, we live, just so you know.
Most.
Let us know how we all sound. So make sure everything sounds okay.
Unnatural.
Definitely sound like Palpatine.
But everyone sound off. What's up, lads?
Hello.
Dritz,
Unlimited power.
Young Glurg,
What's popping?
Glamorous,
Hello there.
and it is I. Gotta crack this beer real quick here. And it's time for that one gold piece. You sound sexy now. Oh, thank you, sir. You know, I try.
Bruh.
Hey, man, that's my
Quite a
brother.
snare.
Letting me know. We're gonna talk about the chapter. I think this chapter was really polarizing. I've seen a lot of opinions. By the way, y'all made the greatest One Piece meme you've made in your sorry ass lives ever. With that Odin Bartholomew shit had me so fucking weak. Hold on, I have to find it because it's the one where he's just casually chilling with the barrier up, and it looks like Odin's putting his entire being into this sword swing, and he just blocks that shit.
Then
Oh, that shit.
Have you seen the courtesan one?
Oh,
Nah, I haven't seen that one. You guys should.
I'll put this in the chat real quick then.
Yeah, these are
damn,
killing
this is
me.
good.
They need one where he's peeing and blocking. That would be funny. But it's just like from the start, like okay. We haven't seen his barriers ever break though, right?
Nope.
it's never been broken. Yeah.
So as long as
It hasn't been broken.
as long as
but
he has them intact and he has the like energy, I suppose, to put him up or whatever, you just can't break through it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Kaido walk up to that thing and it's gonna bounce off.
that nigga, what's it called? That king dude in Dressrosa, he gave it a king.
I
punch
mean,
and it never
if
broke.
that king punch, yeah, if that shit don't work, I don't know.
But Laz, the king punch can take down an emperor. So
Well, that's why.
obviously
That's
they
kind of
can-
where I was going because, like, do we believe that?
Nah.
No, I don't believe that. I
Oda's definitely
obvious
capping.
way to get around
Definitely
it is
capping.
Telling
just
me that
punch the
warlock
ground.
punch and not putting Kaido on his ass right
The
now.
3,000th time a fodder has made a claim about somebody's power was wrong? Who would have thought?
It's one of those things. Like, if you believe that, and that barrier took it, I mean, Odin slashing it shouldn't upset you that much. But if you don't believe
Bartolomeo
it,
number one in the verse. That's what it
Probably
means.
look
The fact that it got blocked doesn't really matter.
okay.
It's just what happens afterwards.
This man throw gang signs and everything too, bro. I'm sick.
Gang, gang.
Hey, even the kids know you gotta twist your fingers when you put up a.
Can we talk about that form that Odin has and that when he's attacking that barrier right there? Look at that. That perfect form right there.
I will say that I like that he, for sure, went for the kill. He didn't even hesitate. He didn't stop. He tried to just murder him. I like that part. Because I was thinking he's gonna try to stop, and we're gonna talk about why Orochi go. But
I mean,
listen,
I sleep.
I'm putting respect on Orochi. We're doing it today. Today's the day. I'm tired. I'm tired of Orochi disrespect. He's getting shit done. I respect it.
You wanna know what my main
Is it really
issue
him?
with Orochi is?
Oh.
Yeah, that's my main issue with Orochi. Is it really him though?
Oh, you mean even up until now? No, not
Like-
now. That wouldn't make sense. Sorry, but I mean, like,
Well,
you mean
nah,
right
up
then and there. You think it's not him?
Nah. Of course, it's
of course that's him.
What's not him? What are you talking
it's
about?
somewhat it's somewhat him. But what I'm trying to say is, to me, I like the fact that Orochi was this nigga that went from zero to like he became Shogun from nothing, right?
Mhm.
I wanted to know how he done that, and then 965 came and it introduced this hag, who just gave him everything. It's
Well,
like-
it's just the thing with Orochi is that he has no personality. Like he has no like aims. He has no goals. He's just a puppet. So he's like a worse
Mhm.
version of Spandam.
Fiji, did you think he was gonna work for the spot? Like, no, dude.
Of course he's
a piece
not.
of shit. He's
Nah,
a piece
but-
of shit.
Come on, bro. Niggas pieces of shit work
You
for this
really
spot.
expect a man who looks like that to have any motivation
That's
to work
my
for
issue, though.
anything?
Them
That's
teeth.
my issue though. I thought this nigga looks ugly. Oda fumbled the bag with the design. I thought he might as well make him like
That
this
to have a
intelligent
work-
mastermind. And then it turns out everything he acquired is through another nigga.
The design's on point. I just don't fuck with the teeth.
The thing that's what I like about Orochi's ascension is that in a lot of ways, all he did was just be a part of a family that was apparently trying to gunfight, and then he just kind of got it, and everyone does everything for him, and he doesn't really do shit. It's
personally,
like
I don't care whether or not he got help from Kaido. It's just the fact that he has no motivations and no character goals.
No, because
he's just kind of there.
Because
Shit just fell in his lap, and he's
when
good.
When we initially saw him, kind of his rise to attention, I was always wondering to myself, what is it that kind of breaks, I guess you could say, his subservient nature? Because he seems like a super servant. Where he's like running in the way so Odin could walk. He jumped in the mud and stuff like that. So I'm like, you kind of want to wonder what was his ambition, what kind of made him tick, and then you kind of get it, and it's kind of just like the circumstances just happened to fall into his lap, and he's like, well, shit, I'm Shogun now. So I kind of hear what you're saying, but there's part of me that likes that spoiled aspect of him. It's just like he doesn't deserve anything he has.
It's just like
he doesn't deserve it.
This is something that the Christian from the first podcast talked about how like there's no theme with Orochi. Like there's no the entire theme of Wano is just to be like opening the borders, and this doesn't matter at all so far. So it's not relevant to Orochi, even though he has the borders closed. Like we don't know why that's a thing, and Orochi just kind of is like Shogun to be Shogun.
Okay.
So he doesn't really have. I mean, I wasn't really expecting depth from a One Piece character, but like.
This guy.
It is what it is.
Hi, Babu Freak, but
Unlimited.
It's 3
They
a.m.
fly now?
Yo.
Fucking.
They fly now.
Honestly, yeah, I don't know. This chapter was so like the dramatic irony in this chapter is so fucking strong because of everything we know. Like, part of me is like, am I putting too much? Am I overthinking this? Am I putting too much respect on Odin? Because it's like I don't know if you guys know, I never really liked him from the jump, and it's more so I thought Oda was trying too hard. Right? But it's like
Big clap.
I know he's that dude, right? Like in terms of equal, who have we seen equal to him? Nobody. Just we've seen two people stronger than Roger, Whitebeard. This nigga has legitimately seen the One Piece. He knows the truth of the world. So it's like, obviously, our expectations are super high. He's going to come back to Wano. We know he doesn't win, but there's legitimately, like, we could talk about this. It's legitimately a part of me who's thinking, like, okay, this is like 24 years ago, whatever the case. I don't know the exact number, but, like, I almost think to myself, this is like an up-and-coming Kaido. Like, could he be on par with Odin? Like, could they be almost, like, equal? Like, I almost don't even know if I believe Kaido's already stronger than him. So I was just, like, I was super excited to see the comeback. And then he's shaking ass in the streets, and I was like,
yeah, but you could tell that though there's context clearly that's not being like talked about enough. Like obviously, like when they had the conversation, it was cut off, and we know Shinobu was like hearing the entire thing. So there's obviously details that we don't know about that led to it, which is pretty much why it caused like the uproar in the community with this chapter.
I think my problem is, I think even if we get that context, I don't think I don't think Odin doing that makes sense because this guy is incredibly impulsive. Like that's all he's been shown to be. I don't see where he developed into this dude who would happily just live like.
Yeah, but like what's a proper reasoning whatsoever that leads him to do that?
None.
What what would he? Because unless like Orochi has something over his head that he doesn't know about, or he does know about, and like if it's leaked to the public, then it makes him look bad in light. It's almost like he's in a lose-lose situation, but there's no context to back it up.
Unless it's something huge.
Sorry, hold on, real quick. What's up, Pat?
What's up, bro?
How you doing, man?
Patty.
What's good? How you feel the chapter in general?
Well, when I was reading it, well, first of all, I didn't expect to see the Bari no Mi being used, right? So that was kind of like a shocker. It kind of like when I saw it, I saw him cross his fingers, but it didn't click until I saw the barrier, and I was like, "Oh shit!" But yeah, reading it, it left me kind of confused because you have that moment where he's talking to Orochi, and then next thing you know, they start going into narration, and then you start seeing Odin dancing in the streets like a fool. And I was over here thinking to myself, like, because we're getting these like rush translations where they're not polished. So I was thinking maybe there was a page missing.
Okay.
Nope.
But afterwards, like with the conversation that he had with Hyogoro and his wife, because I was thinking to myself, maybe it's not Odin that's the one that's dancing in the streets. It's what's the name?
Higurashi.
Yeah, Higurashi. I was thinking it was probably her, but based on the way he was talking with Hyogoro and his wife, I was like, no, that's probably him. He probably struck a deal or a stipulation that he had to keep humiliating himself to the people so that Orochi wouldn't feel threatened or something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, you see Hiroshi like at the window and stuff while he's acting like a fool.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's like,
definitely
yeah.
not her, yeah.
Because the first time I read the chapter and I like interpreted in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, he feel him a smile. But by that time in the story, it wasn't even a thing, a concept yet.
Yeah.
Right. So then I'm
Like,
thinking like
yeah.
unless because the only thing I said, unless to back it up is that unless like Vegapunk's like artificial devil fruit thing was already like in the works in that time, and originally he was the person working with Kaido, then maybe it would make some sense because then after when he left Punk Hazard, there was no one there to supply it, switching Caesar and Dolphy after the fact, but that would be like many years later after the fact when Odin had died already. So I don't know. I mean, now it's like I just need the context really because now it just makes things so confusing as to why he's acting like this now. Because it's like based on the persona of the character that we know now, it's like there's no way you should be doing that. And then for 5 straight years you're doing this.
See, that's the thing with me, right? I honestly I couldn't like just it's so this is so intentional. This is like the dramatic irony where we know so much more than what the other characters know, so it's hard for us to kind of really fathom. So I think this is intentional by design. I honestly I can't think of a reason, and you guys in chat when you guys hear it, you could try to like come up with a reason what you think maybe they told him or have against him that made him act this way. I can't think of one thing that should have him tweaking like this for basically 5 years. It's one thing for like a week or some couple of months, and then he's like, nah, fuck it.
Yeah.
But this has been some years, and like one comment I saw from somebody in the group chat earlier, I think it was, they're like, okay, it's not even like he's training in the meantime or amassing weapons. He's just twerking once a week in the flower capital. Like he's not even doing anything else, right?
Yeah.
In the meantime or something. So it was just super weird for me, and I just remember when I first seen it, I'm like, I'm like, oh, hood translations, is this a fake page? Like I wasn't even sure.
Yeah.
I didn't believe what I was seeing for a second. I was like, hold on, is this real?
Yeah, that's what I'm scared. Like the Viz is gonna give us something, and it's gonna be like, oh shit, that's why. Like I'll be pissed if the Viz actually gives us the fucking reason in it, and the translations that like we read now didn't.
Yeah, that would be
That would
crazy.
fucking piss me off. I'll never read the scans
So,
again if that happens.
Imagine there's a page missing or some shit.
I would lose my fucking mind. You have no idea. Like
I don't think
But
it would matter.
the translations were pretty solid compared to what we.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They weren't. Yeah, they were actually like proper for the good portion of the chapter itself. But I'm saying like if it's one of those where it's like, oh shit, that's what it's supposed to mean, then like how the fuck did you misinterpret that? In the translation, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck you doing? And they didn't translate from Korean. I don't think this is like a French chapter they translated.
It was French or Spanish or something like that.
Yeah, so
No,
that's
French.
I don't know. France. Don't ever touch
Some
One Piece
loser
again.
country, I don't know.
I need Oda to
Yeah.
pull Tagashi. Why? you think he's a break so he can come up with some ideas or something?
Write down a couple paragraphs.
I'm in oh no, I don't need that.
Oh, I was gonna say this in regards to like the body no, because I brought this up in Drit's stream earlier today. So you know how they had the thing about the boat that went from like Wano to East Blue. There's the idea that people think that whenever, because obviously we know that Bartolomeo, Bon Clay have the dull fruits, is that whenever those two people, Higurashi and Semimaru, right, they end up dying, is that those fruits end up on the boat on the way to East Blue because that's where Bon Clay and Bartolomeo originated from.
Mhm.
And that's how they get it after. I just felt that was a really interesting note.
I do like that we're starting to see that more often now. I think this is I can only think of this as being the second time we've seen it, but I like that we're starting to see more fruits that we see in the present time. We're seeing their older users from like the other generations and whatnot. This also is like one of those things where like, as far as we know, he could be running out of ideas, but this is one of the good times you could start kind of repeating them fruits. It makes sense.
Mhm.
Like we need to start seeing a repeat of some abilities. So I actually do like that we're seeing that. It's just when you put up that barrier and I'm like, okay, cut the floor, do something. Like he just nigga, you've seen the One Piece. Like there's a part of my head I just couldn't get around. Like, bro, this guy he's done it. He's seen it all. He knows the truth of the world with Roger. Like, bro, you got
Body know me.
you got this old Korozumi nigga put a barrier up, and that's it. You can't do nothing.
Mustache
He
twirling.
gave up,
behind
dude.
the
It's too
barrier.
strong.
I was sick to my stomach. I don't even know. I'm not even an Odin fan, so I seen the Odin switch up. And everybody like, oh fuck Odin, he sucks now. Yada yada.
Hey, if he twerks, I twerk. I mean, shit. What you want me to do? If Luffy stands, I stand. Like,
Luffy would never twerk. That's all I
You know,
I don't think so.
Watch him twerk in this arc.
I'm gonna die
Just 'cause you
laughing.
said that.
I'm gonna eat those words quick. I bet you. Body body is OP. I guess. Shit. I guess.
it has to be.
That's how Oda figured out how he has to beat Kaido. He has to dance him to death. We
You know,
figured it out.
I know, like I think
Might kill us,
he
too.
could only stretch it to a certain degree. Cause I think he was trying to protect Robin, but he couldn't protect himself. So like, it's not like all. I know it's not like unbeatable, but it's like really nothing could break that shit ever. Is that how it works? Like nothing at all.
Yeah. So
Well,
it's just
I
like,
think
oh,
Roger
Yeah, they
came
need
right
to,
now, full
recruit him to
power
beat the
swing. You're not
Yonko.
breaking through that barrier. You know what I'm saying?
Bartolomeo's whooping his ass.
With that
What
game-
are we
If
talking
that's the
about?
case, Bart more useful than Law, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Get Bart in here.
why can't just put Kaido in a fucking barrier cage right now?
Yeah, just put him in a barrier and boom, fight done.
or he just goes around the barrier and just stabs him.
Odin
Goes
got
around
the
the barrier.
OnlyFans
Can
at
you-
deck
can you
for his
just put him
wife
in a
and kids.
box?
You hate to see.
No, he ain't smart enough for that. We can only go through the barrier. We can't go around it. It's impossible.
But yeah, shit. There's a comment someone said that I thought it was important, but I don't remember what it was. But I do think the chapter was interesting in the regard that he did that, but it's just almost one of those things where I don't know if you guys, what do you guys think like they could have told him, like Odin?
That's what my thing is. Like, I don't know, because like unless you know something about the
You think
history
you'll
of
buy it when it
Wano,
happens.
I mean, I don't know. Because it's like, if let's say something from like the history of Wano, like, I don't know, maybe he tells him about how exactly like his family came into power or something, and like he knows it would turn against the people against them. Like, I don't know. But then it's like he doesn't know anything about the One Piece, doesn't know anything about, maybe he knows something about Wano, like its history. I don't know. Like, it feels like it's gonna be something that we should know, but it's just not out there in the open for us to be like, oh shit, that's probably what it is.
See, I don't think it matters.
Why is that?
The reason I don't think it matters is
that's
because
fair.
the way, like, my issue isn't the fact that we don't have the answers now. My issue is the fact that it was written like a kindergartner wrote the plot, where it all happens at once, so there's no build up and there's no reason to care about it. So whatever this reason was, it's already done and over with, and we'll just find out later. It doesn't matter to him right now. We're just gonna find out about it because it's a plot point. So, like, the build-up for this entire, like, line of, like, Odin being crazy, it began and ends in the exact same chapter with almost no relevance. So, like, you can't even build, like, a believable narrative for, like, why we should care about it.
I
So,
think-
whatever the answer is, even if it's supposed to, like, quote-unquote, justify his actions, it doesn't make the way it was written good, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't think,
Same.
but I'd rather have something being said. Otherwise, like, this just feels so stupid. Like, oh, we're just gonna switch up the flow like that. Like, I'd rather have an answer and still not agree with them than have nothing at all and just like go with it.
Oh, yeah, something's better than nothing, but, you know, I agree with that.
LT
Yeah,
said
he
we're
can
looking
do
too deep.
something.
They were attacking civilians, and that we're dense.
Well, I have to look deep because I can't get in deep.
It was dense. But like LT, what I would say to you is that I just don't. That's not enough for me. He already abandoned these people. Anyways, at this point,
You're
for
looking
me,
too deep.
You gotta just throw hands. You gotta just win. Throw hands.
I'm convinced that when people say you're looking too deep, it's really just you're actually reading the story. Stop it. Just take the meat in your mouth and deal with it. That's what it is.
That's what my dad
Mhm.
said.
I'm not even looking. I feel like
See,
I'm
I
not
knew
looking
Dritz
deep, though.
would
This
get
is
it.
very
I
surface
knew you
level.
would.
My feet are still touching the ground. I'm not in my bag right now. It's surface level stuff. I'm looking at what I literally see.
You actually didn't skim over the pages. How could you do that?
I didn't like I felt like Orochi, Odin had just done enough with his adventures with Whitebeard and Roger. There's no fucking way this barrier nigga's stopping him. That's all I'm saying. I know I keep coming back to this guy, but that's all I'm saying. He's not stopping Odin. Stop it. Just cut the ground or
Well,
something.
I think it's one of those things. Remember how, like, a couple weeks ago, whenever the Roger Pirates fought the Whitebeard Pirates, and it was like an actual standstill, even though we know that's like impossible.
Mhm.
I feel like it's one of those situations where it was like, I don't actually want to write it going to a standstill. Just assume that whatever just happens.
Oh, you know
Because
what? I
like
just
anyone of
realized something.
Odin's strength, they're not being blocked by. They're not
Or-
doing that.
Fucking barrier.
Or
The guy's just gonna like destroy the building if you really wanted to do it.
Or
I just re-
Dritz, 12-year-old Marco is the truth, and we just didn't know it.
Maybe.
Yeah, Ori's the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, I just realized like what it could be, and if it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. But obviously, we don't know if Sukiyaki's dead or not. So what if, for example, like he's still alive in that period of time, but he's with Kaido? and he's basically telling him like, if you like don't obey what my orders are, your dad's dead.
See, that doesn't work
I think
either
that was-
because Odin never cared about his dad.
I was just about to say, does Odin give a fuck about his dad?
Yeah, I
So
mean,
if
unless
you build an air of like, I'll kill your dad, he's like, oh no, now I care about him.
I mean, you don't care as a kid. You grow up and then
You
you
didn't
finally
care as an
learn
adult
about
either.
life.
Well, even if he does
Some people
care,
change,
dog,
man.
he's putting his country in jeopardy.
In One Piece?
His dad would
Good
tell
one.
him, "Nigga, put the country first, if anything."
Yeah, I mean, like again, that's like the only thing I think of because like, there's no way Oda can like really explain
Well,
it.
I think you're on the right train of thought, Les. It has to be something that, like we talked about in my stream. It has to be something not strength oriented. Like
Yeah.
he's not being threatened because someone's stronger than him. I don't think that.
It's his mom that's never been
I-
implemented in the story yet. Confirmed. There you go.
That would be whack, but
that would be
I don't know.
such.
It's got to
that
be
would
something like
crazy.
mystical or like related. You know, something that ties them together. Maybe it's like rocks related or
They
something.
threatened to break his swords, and he didn't want that to happen. He loves them too much. I don't know, man. Fucking
I know.
swordsman.
We have to see what the official translation says about what this quote unquote boat.
Yeah.
If that is actually a boat, or like if the real translation is like poneglyph, you know, or
Oh
something.
my god. I'm never trusting this.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. Just keep it in mind that we were reading some ghetto ass translation on Imager, so like just
That's what I'm saying, bro.
This was actually
let it
pretty
be
good.
known we could have got some fucked up translations this guy. So these are hood
That's what I'm
translations. So
saying,
if something is super wrong, just remember that we're not
Yeah.
reading the official right now.
Although I feel like the translations kind of basically got everything. It feels like. Like, I didn't see anything that I looked at. I was like, okay, this wording is
Nothing
so
here
whack
could
that there's
be-
no way.
Could be that wrong. That's basically what I think.
I mean, I can't wait for the
We'll
viz
see,
now.
we'll
How
see.
funny it's gonna be.
If it's way
Imagine.
different, that would be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Nah, but just imagine this. Imagine there's a whole fucking page
I would.
missing.
I would just say I'll never trust the French again. Translating my One Piece. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Fuck it.
Has well, I'll start with you, Pat. Is Pat still here?
Yeah, I'm still.
He's
I'll
playing
start
his
with-
Kakarot.
He's playing Kakarot.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
listening.
I respect it.
He lies.
I play games like every stream I made. It's fine. How do you has your opinion on Odin at all changed, or are you kind of waiting to see the full resolution before you kind of come to a conclusion? Or
Not at all. Why would it change?
have you shaking ass in Flower Capital? Or...
Sometimes you do what you got to do to keep the people safe, man.
Tell him, Pat.
All right, you got it.
Since you know what,
What about you, Dritz? I don't know. Well, I don't even know if I know what your. I don't know if I remember your original opinion on Odin. I feel like you didn't really care like I did, but.
Yeah, I don't care about Odin. I think he's lame. He's a poorly written character. I don't think this chapter really did him any justice because of the way it was written. And there's a way to redeem it, but I highly doubt it'll happen.
Okay.
How would you fix this?
That's like asking me to be a physicist. I don't know how you could possibly fix the flashback when it's already like 10 chapters deep.
Yeah, I can't fix
Yeah.
the flashback.
A good way to get started would to just focus on one thing at a time.
Mhm.
Just stop doing these montages. At least try to build one narrative that we can care about all the way through. So, if this Kaido stuff goes down, go through with it. Show us everything. Don't just cock tease. Then maybe we'd care.
Nope, you're gonna see the one.
The way
slash,
it's
and then
yeah, the way it's looking right now. Well, we're probably getting 2 panels of that Kaido fight max. I genuinely think we might get like
I
2
think
panels might be a little.
I agree with that, Michael, in the chat. By the way, we do feel like the people in Wano for sure. This is intentional. I feel like the way he wants us to feel as readers is intentional. It's just like part of me wondering why, considering the crazy feats we know Oden has accomplished and who he is. So it's like why? But I'm gonna do the thing where it's like I'm gonna just before I fully go in, I'm gonna wait to see what it all is. But I really can't think of one thing I could hear like, you know what? All right, fine, you got it. Cause he saw his wife got shot. They threatened his kids, and he said, "Fuck it." Took both his swords. He went straight there. And next time you come out that building, he is making his cheeks clap. I just got too many questions. I just got so many questions.
Makes zero sense.
What annoys me about that is that this nigga takes 5 years, and it takes his homie getting captured for him to end up.
And not his wife, his homie's wife, to die before he goes in. You know what I'm saying?
No
Like
more
it's like
waiting, it's time to judge.
It's probably
Yeah.
I
Like,
don't think Sorry, go on.
No, I was gonna say if we knew Higoro's wife at the beginning of the flashback and stuff, okay, fine, bet. But literally just introduce this chapter, pages later she dies.
To be honest, though, yeah.
I would feel for Higoro in a sense, but like even then, it's like fuck, man, like come on.
I just met the bitch. How am I supposed to even like get a connection to her? Like, it's like legit.
I also want people. I also don't want anyone to misunderstand. I don't even hate this chapter. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it until I have the answer. It's kind of where I am right now.
So it's neutral.
Yeah.
I'm just
the
talking.
one thing.
I'm just shooting out ideas. I'm just talking. I'm not sure what's happening. We have very little information. So anyone who thinks like, oh god, this fucking guy again, like relax. I'm just talking.
But I rather him just be straightforward with it, man. Don't put the damn riddle on me or nothing. Just like fucking tell the story.
Yeah, the one thing that kind of saves this chapter a bit for me is the fact that Odin's face and like his whole attitude changes completely when he finds out that the boat, it's got something to do with the boat, and the boat isn't gonna be like it's not gonna be like a mystery that's over a ton of chapters. We should find out about this in the next couple chapters.
I feel like we got like 3-4 chapters, maybe best of the flashback before it's done.
How many chapters total is the flashback right now?
This will be the 9th chapter because start 960.
You get one more, and then you're going back to Luffy, guaranteed.
I think we have 2.
Yeah,
but that means just
we have to have
really
one
fast.
chapter for like Odin, like fighting Kaido and like dying, and then we have to have another chapter for Toki.
He's actually gonna have us away from the Straw Hats for more than he's gonna actually have us away from Luffy for more than 10 chapters for once.
I mean, this volume will probably be like an all-time low in record in sales.
That's wild. I mean, it was already out of the top 5 last week. So,
can we talk about Prime Kiku? What you got to say about Prime Kiku? What's good with you?
Good. My man Raizo's eyebrows on fleek.
They are on fleek, bro.
Yo, I need to keep that panel real quick,
why
dog.
Even introduce her in the first place? Damn, lazy. She can't.
Come on, man.
Sham?
I mean,
that's a good point. What was the point?
He ain't wrong.
Listen, Hillgirl had a whole ass brothel, man.
By the way, I don't know if you guys had this thought like briefly when I heard 2 arrows shot in the crowd and they collapsed. Did you think that was a plague arrow at first? I thought it was a plague arrow for a second. That's what I thought they were gonna do. I thought maybe Queen was around.
Batman's wild.
Plague. Batman's wild.
See,
Batman
that's the
wilding,
thing.
bro.
I thought it was maybe something related to that, but I was like, I don't really know what the significance is. I don't even know if it matters. Maybe it was
Kaido and Odin just
showing up,
just not met yet in these 5 years. They've never seen each other face to face.
Well, they met whenever, like it started at the beginning whenever Odin got there, and they told him. And then he went to the castle, and then Kaido came down.
Yeah, the dragon was up there. Yeah.
I know the dragons are around, but for all I know, that nigga drunk as fuck, just flying around. Wee! I don't know if he's talking to him.
Yeah, that's true.
Kaido could be off the Henny pack. I have no idea.
I mean, I think they did, because if you go look at the part where he's goofing around and stuff, you know how it shows like Orochi in his devil fruit form, and it has like one right beside him that has like the same scaling that Kaido has. It's in one of the panels, literally. So I think he has seen him. Maybe not like in the talk, but afterwards, yeah.
Okay. All right. Before we kind of move on, cause I want to talk about the significance of seeing Shinobu specifically. I think she was part of the thing. She was part of I can't remember what it was, but I think she was part of the Oni something. Was she? Was she part of
Wabanshu.
Yeah, originally.
Okay, I want to kind of notice because
the greatest group.
I think I've
Discount Team Aoshi.
Oh, stop. Trader stuff. We'll get to that. I just kind of talk about this because I had this conversation with my friend just a little bit, but it's a power scaling thing. But as of right now, I guess what would you how strong would you guys think Odin is at this point in time, at the very least?
Wherever Scopper is.
Okay.
So like third commander, I would say like.
Oh really?
You really think
third, second at least, like, because it depends on how you view like Rayleigh and their gap between each other. Like how I view like Zoro and Sanji, that's how I kind of look at those two.
Second commander, like
I think he's significantly weaker than Rayleigh or Scopper.
Okay.
Oh,
well, based on the context of the one chapter where Roger just like, you get to get hurt, and they weren't worried. They're like, you just want to fight him.
Yeah, well, they were gonna handle like the way I look at it is that this was Odin. This is Odin right now. I don't know if Odin got stronger from the point in time because like Odin, I don't think was in his prime because he was 19. So we don't know how strong he's supposed to be. And if you take a look at all of his things that he's done against strong people, nothing particularly stands out where you could put him on like a really high level. I don't think.
I mean,
not many people took him seriously.
Yeah, but I mean, by the fact before, like by the time we know his death and everything, he laid a wound on the Kaido.
Right, yeah,
So
but
that's just
context is
something.
important, right? So we can only say how strong he is once we see how strong Kaido is and actually how it happens.
Yeah.
Badger.
So until then,
that's a
I don't
good
know.
point, Chris, because if you
Yo.
remember the flashback,
What's
I mean,
wrong with you?
right before the flashback, when they were giving us the bounties for Whitebeard, Roger, Kaido, Big Mom, when Brenu was talking about Kaido and Big Mom, he said that their power is continuously growing. So we don't know like what level Kaido is now.
Right, exactly. That's a good point. In this chapter, we also saw that he fought Moria here in
Yeah.
Wano
Yeah.
during. I don't even know why it was brought up, but it was, and we know that they fought. So we don't actually know how strong Kaido was. So
Quote
At least it
unquote.
was brought up.
if he does hurt Kaido, this could be Kaido before his prime, Kaido before he was a Yonko.
That's kind of like why I asked the question, because I guess I was under the impression, because like I don't know how recent this is. Whitebeard washed up on Wano after he disbanded with Rocks or whatever. But when Odin came through, it almost seemed like he was saying everyone has to stand back because I'm the only person here who can handle it.
Yeah, that's what it felt
Something
like.
We said
incredible,
something
Scott.
incredible was
Yeah,
happening.
that's
And he just
definitely-
clashes with them, but like it wasn't even anywhere near.
It's a clash.
Where
And
Roger's-
then
the reason why I think there's a
he took one of those weird attacks. Sorry to cut you off, from Roger, and he got right back up. So I'm like, yo, Odin's not weak. So just
He's not weak.
maybe
but I think.
maybe I'm giving him too much credit.
Well, I mean, it depends. Odin is either really fucking strong or like he's still strong. We just don't know exactly how strong he is, because like at least the way I looked at the portrayal from him and Roger, that he wasn't anywhere near close to Roger at all.
That much I
Yeah.
can agree with.
I think
And
the bare minimum.
I still
Helen
buy
said
with the
that.
idea that the vice captains are comparable to the captains.
Mhm.
So I still think that really is like kind of close to Roger. So that would put him like far above Odin, in my opinion, because like he's not doing that to really. If Roger and really went at each other, he's not doing that in the first strike.
Okay.
Mm.
I agree with that, but the way I see it, just Odin and Whitebeard's clash, that's enough to put Odin on a pedestal, in my opinion.
Actually, wait. Technically, we can't grade him as a second division because he was with Whitebeard as like that was his like
Yeah, that was
thing,
about-
right?
I was
So
about to
Yeah,
say,
but
oh yeah,
the-
so yeah,
the
let's
numbers
see
aren't
there.
strength though.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
they-
true.
and they aren't in
That's
strength
true.
either.
Plus,
Because Marco would have been first division back then as a 12-year-old.
I don't think.
Yeah.
No,
So
he's a
You think
trainee
he
at
would?
that time because they were telling him that. Even I think Whitey Bay was like, "Yo, relax."
no, but nah, they made
Yeah.
the divisions after that.
Oh no, I know that, but I'm just saying. Oh, I don't know.
Young
I don't know
Odin.
if he
Only a
was
couple
one
years.
immediately. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, if Odin was second at the time, there's nobody else in that crew getting first besides Marco.
Okay, well, because basically,
Rocky
basically
Odin.
what I was saying is, I like if I'm under the belief that Kaido and Moria are still rivals and he's still kind of upcoming because he was the baby in Rocks as a Yonko, like we know that Shanks is the youngest, but he wasn't part of them. It's just like
To be honest, I don't think really any parallel we can draw is going to prove anything. We just got to see it.
I'm not necessarily
Because
I'm not necessarily trying to draw a parallel. It's just like
Well, I
based
mean,
on
like,
what I've seen,
compare-
based
yeah,
on
yeah.
the truths of the world that Odin has seen, like the fact that he's traveled with two of the strongest fucking pirates. It's like it's just hard for me to believe this, right? So it's like I'm thinking he's gonna come back and like, okay, I can believe Kaido will put him in the dirt, but like I don't think he should be that outclassed. I guess is how I was thinking. And I'm hoping to see this fight and see how it goes down. I don't think Oda's gonna show much of it. It'll be like a montage thing, and then you'll see the slash, and then he's gonna go down and get burned. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell because Kaido seems to be the same. Like his dragon form still seems to be like adult form, and his size
Yeah.
looks to be the same. So I don't know what the difference is. So it might be Yonko Kaido. So we don't know. We'll find out how strong Odin is.
He wasn't 12. Well, I was saying he's literally 12, but he was young. I'm not
Yeah.
saying Marco was literally 12.
Yeah.
We just said he was pretty young.
I know he had his
Come
devil
on.
fruit back
He
then.
was a young, no doubt.
He was
Alright,
apprentice. Yeah.
So we see Shinobu peeking at the conversation. She sees it. You guys think that was supposed to be a thing that's supposed to be like, oh my god, right? She might be the traitor type of thing, or do you think that's just
I feel like she's a traitor. I've been on that bandwagon for a couple months now
okay?
because when Law was when Law's crew was captured, she was the first one to point fingers at him, and throughout this entire flashback, we haven't seen her until just now. So the way she was acting doesn't correlate to how, like, her relationship with Odin and the rest of the Nine Scabbers should be. There's no reason she should be so bent out of shape when she barely even knew Odin.
And she also was at the bathhouse that Drake and Hawkins just so randomly popped into.
Yep.
But she also says, at the bathhouse was our plan exposed.
Oh.
You wouldn't say that if you were the traitor.
Did she say that out loud, or was that in her head?
She was thinking it.
Yeah, it could also be a red herring too. Like Oda's trying to make it look like she might be the traitor, but she might have like the information that's probably crucial to like a lot of big things regarding Orochi.
Can I give you guys my opinion on this? And this is not really stupid. I just think he wanted us to know she really looked like this when she was younger.
That's
the only reason we saw her. She actually looked that pretty. That's the only reason we saw her.
It's Oda, so that might be true.
That's my opinion. I don't think she's a traitor, but I don't think you're wrong for thinking that. That's funny.
That'd be funny.
The anime's gonna hit with a full shot too and everything.
He's done it before, so.
Yeah, we'll see.
Backline.
It's probably relevant to some degree.
Yeah.
I would absolutely hate it if she's the traitor.
I don't think I would care.
Why would you hate it? That's the thing. Did you like? I remember when people were saying like Carrot and certain people and like Shinobu, blah blah. I'm like, okay. I feel like with things like this, right? When you want to reveal who the person is that betrayed them, you want it to be someone important, shocking, someone we care about enough that we're like, damn, really? Or it had to be you. Would you care if it's Shinobu? Like, do you care that much? Like, would that I can't believe it.
I mean, she said my man Laws was with the feds, man. She ops, man. Fuck the bitch. That's how we roll it.
It's hard for me to care, even if it's a scabbard. So I couldn't really tell you one way or another what he would have to do to make me care.
Doug, if it was someone who
the only way it would make me care is if it's a fucking straw hat, but that's never gonna happen.
So. Even a straw hat, that's never gonna happen. But if it was like one of the people that were present on Zou, then I would be like, we've seen them in a situation and we know how they should view loyalty.
Pedro comes back from the dead, so let's go.
Pedro comes back to snitch.
They left me in whole cake. I'm out.
Fuck these guys.
Yeah,
didn't even check.
Don't doubt it.
I wasn't even dead yet, bro.
Chopper looked at my wounds and said I was done.
You didn't check the explosion while I was sitting here?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that's... I don't know. I just hope that Oda doesn't try to make a big deal out of this traitor stuff.
How do you guys feel about Odin's retainers?
They're whack.
He has retainers?
They're whack.
They're 2 packs of ass.
Miss
I like them.
Every single last one of them missed me.
All I know is kill him on the bum, and that's it.
I only ask this because this might sound really like stupid, but I feel like with the very little I've seen from like 2 Kurozomi members, like that clown looking way more competent than like that nigga put the barrier up immediately. The old hag, she out here giving him the history, telling him to chase his dreams, become the shogun. Like, bro, they out here putting in work. What's good with this Kozuki clown? Like, what y'all on?
Facts.
I like them, but I don't love them to the extent that I think Oda should have them up at. But they're not horrible.
Kiku, the best retainer. Gioni, that's my nigga right there. He knows.
I like
Kawamatsu, man, does German suplexes on his days off. What's good?
Kiku, really fuck.
Kanjuro's got to be like the worst nigga I've ever seen.
You realize, like you put out that thread on Twitter, Fiji, about the people with the most panels. You realize that Kinemon has the 19th most panels in the entire series?
Oh my
Kinemon?
God. Yeah, Kinemon, dog.
Jesus.
Imagine having a look
crazy,
at that.
dog.
He's been with us since Punk has it. Who the fuck cares about
That's
Kinemon?
actually insane. Is that true?
Wait, now let me
it
show
is.
you. I'm gonna lob this in it because this has got some
Negro.
crazy shit in it. Like crazy shit. This is
Why he's the best
Karu?
scabbard? What you talking about?
that
Shut
duck.
up, bro.
Get out of here, Cypher. Go now,
Kenny
leave.
man, go. Let's go.
Kimi man? That's
Get
a different person. I don't know who that
out.
is.
A fucking duck from Alabasta, Karu, has 60 more panels than Blackbeard.
Let's go.
But Karu's a lucky ducky.
He is actually.
He drinks from the juice boxes on the go. Fiji.
He's
Yeah,
not a
that's
waste
awesome.
youth.
That's my duck.
Luffy has double the panel time of number 2, and that's Nami. Like over double. He's like on 14.5k. She's like 7k.
That sounds good to Dreads.
I wish that was a little higher. Actually, I wish that Zoro's was a little higher, honestly.
Yeah, Zoro number 4.
Sound
we
to
getting
number
up.
3, right?
Nah,
Sick to my
Chance-
fucking stomach.
well, look, this,
Sick to my fucking stomach.
Totally didn't say that just to trigger people.
Nope.
Okay, let's kind of get through this because I kind of want to talk about One Piece in general. Last year, that's like what I want to do.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know how you guys interpreted the part on the beach where he's running with the newspaper. A lot of people thought he had the smile.
I did.
No.
I did.
I didn't even.
Lad, you had a brain fart. You had a brain fart for thinking that.
I'm sorry, man.
I also thought it as well.
I didn't consider it until after the fact, and I'll tell you why I never thought about it. Just because I'm thinking to myself, the artificial fruit, especially smile, I guess what they call it, like that's kind of Dofi Caesar clown era, if I remember correctly. I know Vegapunk kind of already created it, whatever. And we don't know how early Kaido wanted to create this monstrous crew with these 10% motherfucking smiles. You got a bunch of niggas who can't swim on your crew, but it's just like, people are like, oh, he's laughing and he's crying. But when it comes to these characters who are bigger than life, kind of like Roger, plus Orochi, why do I keep calling Odin Orochi? Odin knows him personally, right? It's a mixture of him being sad that Roger is dead, but he's proud of what his life meant and what it did and how it started the golden age of piracy. So there's a mixture of happiness and pride, but obviously sadness because he's fucking dead. Like, that's how I took it.
The reason I didn't make that connection is because I thought that the only person who really had that kind of connection with Roger was Rayleigh.
Rayleigh? Okay.
Yeah, because like Rayleigh's like the one who had the last words with Roger, so like he would be the one to understand kind of like what his idea was. Like, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna start the pirate era. So for like, I can see for Rayleigh, it will be sad and then funny because Roger went out his way. But like for Odin, who doesn't even really know Roger that well, I thought like, oh, smile, whatever. Okay, yeah. And then I was like, okay, wait, no, he doesn't. Because then he makes like a normal face. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing though, because like from the smile users we've seen, like I said, we talked about does it even exist yet? Because Dofi, yada yada, blah blah. What are they doing? And it's like those smiley people, the smile users, they usually, if I remember correctly, they can't turn the smile off.
No,
they can't.
They always constantly have a grin, but it's just when the sadness seeps in, it's like this weird, off-putting, crying grin. You're like, what the fuck are they doing? And to me, it seemed that way, especially at the very end where he's like, I'm gonna like, you know, what he said what Kid and Luffy said, I'll make Kaido pay, I'll take Kaido down. That's anger. Those are angry tears. He's fucking mad. He's not smiling. So he didn't eat a smile. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, so then when I didn't realize at the time, I'm thinking, shit, he'd probably be the first guy to go over the effects. But no.
Oh, we thought
yes, I was thinking as well. Like,
that's what I'm saying. He's the only one whose will is able to surpass like what the effects are and stuff. I'm thinking if I was a case, oh shit, he might be a real one. But
well, what I was thinking at the time was like, it's like he did the Yasu thing before Yasu.
Oh,
so like he was like walking around town doing goofy stuff and bullshit like that, and that's like Orochi was testing shit on. I was like, okay, and I was like, what Cap?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just didn't think he had eaten it, but yeah. Yak over here capping.
Possibly.
Like I got the receipt, sir.
This nigga Joker is the key of the anime community, dog. He's on every single stream.
He's committed though. Shout out, Joker.
He pushes his
Joker in every stream ever.
Even streams that aren't about One Piece. We're like, where's One Piece at?
All right, so I kind of want to talk about this part now because this is something I was low key excited about Wano for, but I feel like this is all we're getting. 2 years after Oda's return, a fight broke out in Ringo between the Gecko Pirates and Beast Pirates. At the time, the grade of the Sword God, Ryuma was robbed. That's all we get.
Yep,
that's all we get, dog.
That's it. That's the rivalry.
That's it.
How y'all feel?
I don't understand why it was in the chapter.
Yeah,
I would just ask the question: was it even a rivalry in the first place, or did fans just make that up?
Like the only way I can see that, like the reason why you would even mention that in the chapter is if Moria's just not going to show up, so you had to cover it at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Moria shows up, just like have Moria think about it and like remember it. Like, oh no, Moria, no, this is when your crew died. It's like it's just one panel, and then they fought. Like, okay, lore.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah.
And I wasn't one of those people who like I wasn't necessarily thinking like, oh, like Moria and Kaido started their adventure together or you know, same time they're on a come up, they're constantly fighting. Because the rivalry can just be the thing where Kid is on the come up, but so is Luffy. Since they're both doing their thing and they're constantly in the newspaper, their competition in that factor, even in that sense, even though they didn't meet, there are so many ways you could have actually analyzed their rivalry, it could have been like, oh, if they constantly fight, maybe they keep usurping one another. I don't know how you want to look at it, but I truly believe at one point maybe they were genuinely even, but I always thought like, okay, I think maybe they were just, you know, Kaido was doing his thing and Moria was doing his thing, and maybe at some point Kaido said, okay, I kill everybody, you're done, it's over. The first and one time they meet, he's like, no, there ain't no, there is no rivalry. just
I legit thought that it was just like a thing, like Moria just showed up on Wano, got his ass whooped, and that was the end of the story.
No, I feel like there's a history there between.
And then
them.
his goons embellished it, as goons in One Piece are wont to do, to act like that he was more important than he actually was.
Yeah, but it's like if you're not gonna,
we know, his claim to fighting Kaido is what got him the warlord position, and then when they realized he was pissed, they tried to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
That's possible. I think he has own feats too that got him there as well. This is just an added bonus.
Don't get me wrong, like people kind of sleep on the shit he did at Thriller Bark. He probably would have beat the Straw Hats if he didn't overinflate himself with too many shadows. Like legit.
Yeah.
So like he wasn't weak at the time.
It's just the fact that, you know, Moria would be a hell of a lot stronger now if he just stuck to it. But the entire point of Moria is that his entire dream was defeated, so he just got weaker and he got fat and old and he didn't keep up. That's like the entire point.
Man's an onion.
So like it's believable that back then he was way stronger.
He's like, yo, you don't even be keeping up. Like you're washed, B.
Yeah, I mean he was just washed and demotivated, and back then we don't know how strong Kaido was. He could have been way stronger. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, he did say he took out his entire crew. So
I mean, that could have been like him and his boys as well.
Yeah, but I mean, like I don't know. Like for me, it depends how it happens, but it's still like a great thing for Moria just to get that just to begin with. Like he went up against Kaido.
Yeah.
I mean, for me that's a W, regardless of whether or not his crew like lost. Like for his
what
if
he got notif
though? If he got notif, then he got notif. But still, like just it's kind of like the fact that, you know, Kid getting washed by Kaido isn't like an L really.
Because
it was the fact that he was like, "Fuck it, I'm fighting this guy."
True.
Yeah. Yep.
It needs to be expected.
Okay, so when Orochi comes to Oden, he's like, I'm building factories in here. And he's talking about the bow, Kaido. And then, basically, ultimately, after hearing the thing, he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna fight. How do y'all... I kind of want to know how you guys felt about this, because I almost, like... I kind of feel like this is all it took for you to be like, fuck it, I'm fighting back. I'm like, I feel like if this was the case, he should have been fought back way so many years ago.
I feel like other people's families would have gotten killed too in that 5-year time span. He was fucking around the whole time.
The last double spread, I do like it a lot. With the nice it does look really cool.
I like the panel with the setting sun though. Cool.
Yes, and I just like Ashura Dojis a lot. Got the Negro lips. That's my guy.
I think just the way that the whole page itself was laid out, I think was really well done. Just because it goes step to step of what's happening.
Sorry, he's the goat.
Yeah, no, for real, he was though. But just in general, like, the way that was laid out, I thought was really good. Like just seeing like them going, sun, and then of course like almost like headers in a way, where like each person having their own like little thing before letting you know like don't avert your eyes, because to me it's like I think for sure next chapter he's getting burned alive. Is what it's like in my mind when I'm reading it. But then I get to hood translation, so who knows?
Yeah. Delicious.
Yeah. Like continue to remember that you know this is like a kind of translation. What about you, Badger? How do you think?
Do we actually know that was Odin? Because we were just introduced to the old woman's got the same power as Born Clay. Could
the context
makes
makes it seem like it's him?
Yeah, could it not be like her? And
I
then be
suppose.
We were showing the panel, bro.
It could be.
We're not 100% sure, but based on the conversation that he had with Hyogoro and his wife, it's most likely him.
No, it's 100% him because the lady's watching him. She's laughing at him.
Yeah, from like the window and stuff, right?
I think I'd seen one quote unquote theory that someone was saying that. Sorry, go ahead, Pat.
No, I was just saying the week that he was supposed to do the dancing thing, he ran off when he heard that Roger had died. Saying he was reading the newspaper, so it was most likely him.
Laughing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he said he received a foreign newspaper, so obviously like from outside the country. But it's like, who the hell fucking gave him that?
The one thing I saw is someone said that they think that what it is Odin is in Kuri, but the old lady once a week was coming out to do the dance. But Odin knows about it, but he doesn't care because it's supposed to keep the people safe. That's the theory that I think I saw. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Then why wouldn't they just make him?
Someone
Then
then-
wait a minute.
But sorry, someone said King's in the chapter. Is he in the chapter?
Yeah, he's so basically in the
Yeah.
Moria thing. He's on the left hand side. You can see like his little head shape.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
literally there in the back.
The right side you can't really tell, but in my mind when I saw the first time the blob, I thought it was Queen. But
I don't see Queen there. I see that's definitely I think Queen King's like weird face shit.
yeah,
And someone said, how old is Jack? You know how old Jack is?
Like
We don't know how
fucking.
old Jack is.
He's a
Like,
little
he's been
kid.
like
at the time.
28 for like 30 years.
So like, he's like so he's like,
Do we honestly care if Jack is there or not?
No.
Jack's like 8 years old, swinging hands,
I-
bro.
you know, I don't care if Jack is there. I'm just asking. But hold on, let me see.
Just making sure.
Bro, if the anime actually shows him 8 years old getting an ass whooping, bro, like I don't know. It's just,
And
Also
he's
pointed out
and
here,
he's-
Moria has a sword in this panel. He's a swordsman now.
If attacking
Yeah.
his family
Oh.
wasn't enough,
Confirm.
and the reason Odin's backed off originally didn't change it, it doesn't make sense for him to attack Kaido when he did.
so we have another character that's over Mihawk with Moria, right? Yep.
Confirmed.
Actually, maybe Moria used Ryuma's sword to try and kill Kaido.
Yep.
That's where the real scar came
Yeah,
from.
the
This Odin
shadow
shit was.
sword, bro. He consumed a bunch of swordsmen. I don't know. He might be kind of raw with the blade.
Nightmare Shusui. Here we go.
Yeah.
Is there anything with the chapter you guys think we forgot to speak about, or do you have any comments on, or you thought was interesting and you forgot about? Because otherwise, I kind of want to talk about One Piece in general for last year. I don't, what's the first chapter we got last year, if you know?
I think it was
Last year?
I think it was when the Kaido no, it was King took off the ship from Big Mom when she was coming up the thing.
Yeah, it was close to that because in February was the Big Mom amnesia stuff.
What
Yeah.
a start to the year that
The
was.
last chapter of the year was Roger laughed, right? At the treasure.
Yeah.
So that's 68.
I don't know.
68. Not 68.
Seven.
Well, it's 69, so it had to have been.
That's
That's
67.
97.
That's the last one we got of 2019. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I like that. I didn't think we were gonna get chapter today. So a lot of the things I really want to do was talk about Wano in general, how we feel about it, but specifically One Piece in 2019. Right. So you said we started around the time King hit
Mid piece.
Big Mom with the shit.
Mhm. Doing God's work.
That's a great chapter to start with. That chapter was raw.
That's a big W.
Now,
Yeah.
I've got one question though about the chapter we just had.
Go ahead.
Unless you guys have gone over this, what do you guys think about like Roger, like Odin laughing? Because he clearly doesn't have a smile. So why do you think he's laughing about it?
You
think
missed
he's-
the entire conversation.
Yeah, you did. You
Wow.
missed it, but it's okay. I'll repeat it.
No, fuck this guy.
There's a glurk in the stuff. I'm joking. It's just a mixture of him being sad that Roger is dead, but he's still proud of the accomplishment of what his life meant because he started the Great Piracy era. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
It really isn't the first time of a character
Yeah.
showing more like obviously there's a sadness because the character is dead and what happened to them, but it's like what their life meant, what they did. It's like greatness.
Yeah.
And we know Odin had a lot of respect for him because like, yo, why do you chant raw? But this Roger guy, he raw too. Like I like this guy, so he had a lot of respect for him.
Yeah. Not to mention he knows obviously the history with him and everything. So it's like, damn man, he went out like a god.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. That's sorry about that.
Yeah, but
You're gonna ask like 5 minutes from now, what happened again?
Okay, so I'll kind of give my general overview before we kind of hop into the thing. You guys can tell me any standout moments, characters, fights, whatever the case had last year. But I thought last year was one of the overall weakest years One Piece has had in a long time. Haven't felt really that way since Dressrosa. So I wasn't too high on One Piece last year. I didn't think Wano was all bad, but it hasn't really hit for me completely yet. But I do think it kind of started strong. Just because I'll say I do think a lot of things that happened were unexpected, but I guess a lot of that's technically 2018, like with the Kaido just appearing and then the one shot, yada yada yada. Like that stuff was pretty cool. I don't know if that's after the ship stuff with Big Mom. I don't remember when she pops up and then Kaido's like, no, don't let that bitch in. And then King kicks her over the fucking the waterfall. She gets amnesia, which was like one of the worst things I ever seen in my life. Now, I'll preface by saying, I feel like everybody in any narrative, they kind of have a thing they don't like, right? I think with a lot of people it was time travel. I remember when the time travel thing initially was brought up, people freaked out preemptively, and I remember trying to do damage control because I was like, okay, I understand when you add time travel to a story, things can get messy if you don't know how to handle it. But I just remember people were saying like, oh, it doesn't belong in One Piece. I'm like, listen, everything belongs
That's
in
some
One Piece.
bullshit. Yeah.
One Piece, everything belongs in One Piece because I know Otama does road balloons to the moon. So just stop it. Everything belongs here. And then the next chapter, we figured out she couldn't even go backwards. She could only go forward. So she couldn't even mess with the time stream. So it's kind of like relax a little bit.
I was in the same
Don't
camp
knee
as that.
jerk react. You can always, you are always. I don't like people that say that you gotta wait. You're allowed to completely judge what you have the moment you have it, and when you get new information, you can amend your statement. That's just how it is. You get new information, you change what you think. But at the time, if there's only 969 chapters, I will judge the 969 chapters that I fucking have. Stop telling me to wait. Shut up. I'm not doing that. I don't have to. I lost my original point, to be honest.
One Piece goal.
Kind of sounds like Wano.
I completely lost my original point, but Wano didn't hit the way I needed it to. But I don't even, anyone else's opinion. Let's talk about it.
Fire.
Let's go into the things we think are good or bad. It's not the other. But let's start with the best thing in Wano, Hawkins.
Big facts. Big
Yeah,
facts.
I'm
Let's go.
Yeah, they did us dirty, fam.
The formerly best thing.
Exactly, Dritz. Thank you.
Fully bodied.
Are we
Even though
are we
he
done?
fell off,
I guess I should go on like how I year because this actually ties into the Hawkins where I had been one of the people that was like, I don't want Rivalry to end because I wanted to actually get a lot of the stuff that I felt like it had promised us. I wasn't one of the people who was like, let's go to Wano already when Rivalry was going on. So when we got to Wano already, I was like, man, I just want to go back. I don't want to see this shit. But I dealt with it in Act 1. It was okay for me for the most part. Like the way hype affects other people doesn't really work for me as much for Act 1. And then when Act 2 started, because we got that great Blackbeard chapter in between there, but when Act 2 started, it was just like, okay, being more of these people on this island that I don't care about. The only thing really keeping me engaged in the story was Hawkins. So when he got body bagged, for really no reason off screen, it was just I stopped reading the arc at that point, and I haven't looked back since. So for me, like, this is not. Last year was the year I just stopped caring about One Piece for the most part.
I don't think it's fair because I could speak like personally because you guys know how much I like Hawkins. You know, I spoke about how many times like what Oda did bothered me. And it wasn't the law thing or him getting cut up. It was what he did with the ability stuff when he had the advantage against him in the cage with his 4 crewmates, three. Like Sachi, Penguin, Beppo. Was that it?
It was 3.
Yeah,
it was 3.
There's the 3. Like, you know, I won't hop into it again, but that's kind of what upset me. But one was a 4 out of 4 or 5 out of 10 to be honest. Shit.
That's giving it a pretty high rating.
That's not. I mean, I'd agree with that. To be honest, like,
you for thinking that. Okay, calm down. Wano was not Hawkins. It should have been. It should have been. It should have been. It would have been raw.
With what we were given, it was literally the best part.
It should have been cool. I think my biggest issue is I don't know if you guys found that Wano's pacing has been weird.
yeah.
Sometimes it's fast. Sometimes it's too slow.
Yeah, I saw some people say that they're getting like the fan base shouldn't be getting on Oda doing things too slow or too fast. But the problem is that you need to at least be consistent with your pacing. It's not that Wano's too slow all the time or too fast all the time. It's all over the place.
Well, I mean, it would be better if the stuff that we were being shown was good.
And also in that as well, like when you have to deal with Big Mom having an amnesia plotline that's just there to make Luffy getting around a prison easier. It's okay.
It's just one thing that every time someone wants to see something cool happen, it never happens. And we just start from the beginning of another plotline we know we won't see the end of.
And get it replaced with something else that doesn't matter. Like Frankie running around looking after blueprints while Brooke's out here finding
just has them anyway because...
And while Brooke is looking at poneglyphs.
So at the end of the day, that was just a waste of plotline.
Exactly.
None of it needed to happen and it wouldn't have changed anything.
It's a waste of panel time.
We have to see Nami over here
Stop
flashing
Oden.
X-Drake.
If you get angry,
As she
over
should.
something trivial,
And then
only
skipping
only.
Sanji actually doing something for
Orochi
once.
using force and anger
Nothing
to
wrong with
solve
that.
problems. The other villagers, Daimyo tried that as well. I mean, they're not Odin though, LT. But I hear what you're saying. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong if you're in the realm of you think that Odin is doing the right thing. I don't think you're necessarily wrong to think that. I just don't agree with the decision personally. It's kind
I
of
mean,
like
you can think he's doing the right thing.
It's the
just
Garp
like,
thing. Like
there's no reason for him to do it.
I don't agree with Garp not kind of saving Ace, but I know he was in a difficult position, so I'm not particularly mad at him. What some people are, but if you are mad at Odin, I mean Garp for like just sitting there and kind of letting Ace, I don't think you're wrong to think that in a lot of ways. It's just
I kind of respect
we're
that he
just
never
on
done
the,
anything.
We're just on the side of the fence. That's all. Go ahead.
I kind of respect that he never done anything. But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
I can see why you say that.
Like it's
Fuck
it's
them
harder.
kids.
It's harder to not do anything. You know what I'm trying to say?
I do all day.
Garp did nothing wrong at Marineford. Ace chose his own life. He had to
Yeah.
sit there and watch it through.
Man said Ace wasn't blood. Yikes.
No,
No, chat. Jody with a spoon. But,
Damn.
Fuck, what was I
Someone
gonna
in the chat said something scary just now, man.
say?
What?
Oda the type to make Momonosuke kill Kaido. You see something like that? That's
I mean, is he wrong?
I don't.
He's
But
Oda is the
Is
type
Kaido
to do
already
that.
beaten?
But
Is he already beaten?
That's what I'm
and he
saying.
can't move. Like, I don't know.
Yo,
Like, I'm
that theory
joking
is
and
I mean, they're
serious.
both dragons, so you know.
Nah. I don't care if they're both dragons, dog. What the fuck?
He's
Yeah,
also
so-
type.
Can I get Tama makes Kaido shake his ass for 500?
Let's go. Thank you. That's my favorite outcome.
I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that, man. When Tama goes off during this war, man,
People are going to be
She
so
can have a fucking army
angry.
in it.
I'm gonna be happy. Fuck
Happy with-
these ones.
Happy with that.
Oh,
Happy
man.
with that plot device. You love to see it.
I love it.
All right. What do you guys say your favorite things about Wano are?
Hawkins.
Shit, there's a lot. I have a
Really
list.
asked me to count on one hand, huh?
Yeah, for real.
The
Hawkins
I
fact,
get
the cost. I'd say the
One
cost.
answer. Hawkins. That's
Hawkins,
it. Nothing else.
Basil Hawkins, the magician. What else?
The deer that he rides. Two
Oh,
things.
that's
There you go.
I'm saying
That's
like
a dope looking deer.
Actually, I
forest.
I personally like seeing the stuff with the Yakuza because I have an infatuation with them, the games and everything. So seeing the actual Yakuza themselves was
So you're
dope.
Yakuza.
Yakuza gang,
kinda-
man.
Yakuza. It's Yakuza.
I've kind of like Kid, but like he's been
Zoro
like,
Law
kinda
Masterclass.
Yeah,
But,
I'm
like-
happy that there's 8 fucking supernovas here. Finally doing something.
The killer twist was great. I fell for the Yasu stuff. Onimaru, the little flashback once upon a fox.
That was good.
Yeah.
Kid reveal best chapter in Act 2.
But
100%.
the thing with Zoro going, you know what I mean.
Glurg.
We don't care about none of that. The best part
We
of
don't?
Wano part was Stealth Black.
Anyways.
Nah, that's cap.
That's gotta be
Anyways.
like the most. I think that's possibly my worst. Like possibly my least favorite part. Like,
We
out,
don't
bro.
care
Listen,
about the opinions
Onimaru-
of that
Onimaru's
right now.
flashback was actually fire though.
Black.
I just love that he could turn invisible. He needed that. That was his
It
man's
was
dream.
wonderful. Not only that,
that
man Law knew the legend
fuck his
behind
dream, dog. I hate that blonde nigga, and he just that raid scene
Preach.
made him so much worse.
Get him out of here, bro.
Also, the only thing with the rates
I don't
that
have time
don't
for that
like
cigarette
is the
smoking
glasses.
fucker.
I actually don't like the shades. I don't know.
I don't like the hair.
I don't like the fit. Like
I don't like the hair.
The shades bother me. I think he needs like a visor or something or goggles.
I don't know why his hair is like. Wait, you want to make him
When
turn to
he-
Scott
when
he
Summers now?
got-
Listen.
he should have put the same helmet on he had as a kid.
Wait.
LOL 9. I don't know. I just want to see him. I just want to see him like.
We are not turning this man into
Different
Cyclops right
ideas.
now. It's not.
Different-
It's not.
This
wear a
man
eye
is
patch.
killing me,
I don't
dog.
know.
Listen,
This
forget
man is
the
killing-
shades.
Get the Riku headband
we have to-
and just cover your eyes. Don't even look.
I can't
Straight
believe
hockey.
this is. I can't believe this happened with the amount of times I've heard Nia slander Scott Summers. He's really telling this man Sanji to get a visor right now.
You're right. You're right.
You should just wear the helmet he has a kid.
I mean,
Paint that shit black, man. Like you good.
Sanji in the bathhouse as well. That's one of my least favorites. Like things.
whole
That
chapter-
entire sequence was just poor writing going
that
on.
whole
It was
sequence
perfect.
sucked.
It was beautiful.
Chopper has been Wano so far.
That's cap.
You got
diabolical.
Hawkins and Drake pulling up, and they
And
know
all
that
of it was awful.
And they did nothing.
And I could break
was-
it down section
They
by
pulled
section.
up. They pulled up and did nothing. Really interesting
pulled
right
up
there.
and they demonstrated that they are truly where they're from.
What?
Page
Oh,
Who
one
the
was
fuck cares?
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
It's
No,
a
no,
nice
blue
tidbit.
stuff.
It's part of the tag. It makes it more enjoyable.
How
I
do they
love it.
demonstrate that?
By knowing about the German
That is-
66. 'cause
yeah, no, but that's
Hawkins-
not the point of the scene. I could break down the scene section by section and tell you how all of it's bullshit.
How is it bullshit? They're both
Do it. I'm like, oh.
66. How could the
All
North
right, do
Blue-
you want me to break it down? How that entire sequence was awful?
I'm not
Yeah,
talking about the
okay,
people.
then.
I'm talking
Let's
about
go.
what I just said, about how they're demonstrating how they're truly where they're from the North Blue. And I thought
Okay,
that was
yeah,
a nice
and?
tidbit.
I'm
It was
not
a nice
exactly sure.
like,
I'm not exactly sure why that's relevant. It's a nice little tidbit of
I
information.
mean, that's like
but it's not-
information, but I
it
don't
was
think that's
great
like.
for me. I'm not talking about.
Oh, okay, well, if you enjoyed it, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It is
Yeah,
kinda
nah,
cool
that shit was
it
fucking
Mm-hmm.
is cool
mid.
that kind of all the North Blue, I think, residents immediately were like, bro, that's not black, German 66. Because is Law from North
Exactly,
Blue? I don't
that's what
remember.
I'm
Or
talking
South.
I had the action figure. That
I'm
was
of
a kid.
the unpopular
I don't remember where
opinion.
Law's from. Is he from North Blue? I think he's from North Blue.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
No, all from North Blue. Yeah.
Okay, so like that is kind of cool. But I mean, what's your problem with that scene though? Anyways, just go ahead and tell me.
Oh, I
Break
could
it down.
want me to break
Break
it
it
down.
down.
Okay,
Break it
let's
down,
start
break
from
down.
the main reason why that scene even exists in the first place and how it was
To
a
find
forgotten plot
Shinobu,
point.
the goat.
No, it was to find fucking Otoko. Because they left Otoko at some random whorehouse, and then while they were sitting in a fucking hut, Nami and Robin were like, "Oh, we should go check on Toko in the capital." And what do
Actually,
they
only
do?
Robin said that.
These two fucking bimbos
Nami
just
wanted
go
to go to the
take a
bathhouse, and that
bath
was it.
after they just got like visually identified by the enemy. They're like, "Let's go back to the capital where we just got where we just got found out, and let's go take a bath there. What the fuck could go wrong? And let's forget about Toko anyway, because was the reason why we came here to begin with."
It's kind of worse that it's not even that, like, Nami came up with the idea, which was bad, but it's even worse that Robin, who was the one that was worried about Toko, was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll still go to the bathhouse.
Yeah, they just go to the bathhouse.
So
They
we can't
don't
just
do anything.
relax, you know what I'm saying? Let the,
No, they can't because one, it's just so stupid. They don't. Do
I
what they're supposed to
honestly
do.
have always hated that random like bathhouse.
And the fan service was so obligatorily bad.
It was so unneeded. I never liked it. I really did it. The happiness.
It was
punch
so bad.
Was a little bit of a funny callback to Cobra, everything what happened there, but like
It's so bad, and like just whenever, like, even though the writing behind like Sanji putting on the raid suit was garbage, like at least I was like, okay, at least like he did this, because like I was complaining about something about like his character. I was like, okay, he finally did something, and then like he just he's a bitch about it. Like while everyone's in danger, like Hawkins pulls out the stiffy while he is like lining everyone up, right? He pulls out the stiffy, and like he's in the middle of attacking Nami, and like Nami's oh no, the towel fell down, and there's like some really poorly drawn stick figure of Nami, and then like the attack just stops and then disappears in the next panel.
My man.
And then Sanji was there, literally just looking at her pussy the entire time. Meanwhile, that was literally what everyone in the bathhouse was doing. It just seems so weird and out of place, and it's not actually within those characters to just sit there and do that.
He let his crewmate get attacked just to see some.
His crewmate get attacked, and then after that, like Sanji gets found out, and it's like, oh, he's stealth black. And then the next panel, he's fucking gone. He's out there. He grabbed Nami, Robin, and Shinobu, put all of them bitches on his back, and flew away, and no one did anything about it, apparently.
So
it was
saying he
all
went in
off
there,
screen.
he straight up fapped and then saved them? That's kind of wrong.
He didn't even save them. Like, Oda had to literally had to forget the fact that Hawkins attacked Nami so that she could live.
It's almost like Drake and Hawkins.
Remember Drake's weak against women, so he like collapsed, and Hawkins like, hey.
It's almost as
it
if
wasn't
Drake
even because
and
of Nami. He collapsed. It was so fucking stupid.
I honestly didn't like that scene though. The whole battle. I thought
it was so dumb.
The best part
and
was
seeing, that the plot point. The reason why they were there.
Chesticles.
And the reason why they were there, they didn't do anything. And the next time they see Otoko, who points her out? Not fucking Robin, that dumbass bimbo. Not Nami, the girl who has a history with girls and fucking Punk Hazard, stupid bitch. It's Usopp, this useless frog-wielding asshole, who goes, "Hey, isn't that Toko, daughter of Yasu?" And they're like, "What?" It's so fucking dumb. Oh my god, it's like bad writing 101.
That shit's funny because I can't even disagree. I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's so many things in Wano that I just disagree with, or they're just not consistent with the overall story. Well, I mean, somewhat post-time skip, but just like I know you can do better.
Dritz put this in made a good, I think, metaphor of this. There's a lot of little problems with Wano, but when you put them all together, it makes a massive pile of shit.
No, but that's kind of where I was going. Where it's like, it's one thing to be like, I got a couple of critiques or nitpicks, fine, but it's like when there's a
then you count
after the 50th one, dude.
If there's like you have a one big problem, there's a huge hole in the ship. But if there's enough small holes in the ship's still gonna sink, right? So it's like there's a lot of little shit going on that's making Wano kind of.
And some of it's just big stuff.
But I don't hate it. You know, like the running joke with me is once we leave Wano, I have a good time, but once we're on it, I don't.
You ain't wrong.
Once we come back, I'm upset. As long as we're not on one, like once we left for Reverie, great time. We left for Rock's flashback and Garp stuff, great time. You know, we left to see Oden, Whitebeard, Roger, the adventure, great time. So every time we come back to Wano, I'm miserable.
It's ironic because the characters in that flashback feel the same way too. Wano,
French fried when you should have pizza.
Fucking Whitebeard and Oden made the face about it. As soon as Toki brought it up, I want to go back to Wano. They're like, fuck no, get me away from there.
So I'll just go. I'll tell all the good things I can think about. Obviously, the greatest supernova to ever live. The worst generation. No, I can't even say worst generation is finest. That's Teach. Second best, Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? Teach is the greatest of the worst generation. But like I said, I like everything that this have to do with us staying on Wano, seeing Moria go to fight Absalom. That nigga power got stolen. I was actually a little surprised to see the one who took it was Shiryu. I don't think it's a bad choice, but I don't know if I thought it would be that. I think there was a theory that people thought he was going to take Marco or Jozu or something. I don't know.
I never liked that theory.
I didn't really care for that.
I think the nice thing about this kind of trains his observation, you know what I'm saying, before he goes to fight Mihawk. If Shiryu is his final fight before Mihawk.
Paying attention to my preaching, are you?
Nah, that's a common opinion. Niggas think...
Yeah, right. Yeah, after you listen to like 4 of my Mihawk speeches.
Sanji's feet are like cheese. The worse they smell,
likely
the
story,
better they
bitch.
are. What are you talking about?
Niggas also think...
What are you talking about? I don't eat cheese, so I don't know. That a thing? The worse the cheese smells?
Sanji's feet smell like cheese.
It was me. It was me, Zodiac. That's me. I'm drinking. We out here.
Yeah, the worst.
Drinking.
What was I gonna say? Fucking niggas said they want. This would be the fucking rudest thing ever. Niggas said they want Shiryu's sword to eat Josu's devil fruit because you know how swords can.
That makes no sense. I don't understand why people act like that inanimate objects can eat paramecias when the only inanimate object or devil fruits inanimate objects have are Zoans, and that's because they make them come to life. That's the only way it works.
Mm-hmm.
An inanimate object can't become diamond if it's not sentient.
Why don't you shut up?
Yes, it can. First things first, you gotta believe.
You're not Oda.
I think people are
damn right I'm not Oda. That's why I'm not this shit.
Because they haven't really seen the process behind the items having devil fruit. So
but it's not even about the process. It's just like use your brain. The animals make you have a brain.
Yeah, but people don't. If they don't happen in front of
but
their eyes.
nah, I don't think it works like that.
I have a general issue when you have a bunch of precedents and you just have this information and you choose to be like, you see this information here? Mm-hmm. No.
Fuck it. Yeah.
No, this information that doesn't exist. I just pull it. It's like, okay. Is it possible that you can create inanimate objects with like a paramecia and a logia?
Or
Of
logia.
course, it's not. We don't know. But what have we seen? Is
Yeah, I
the
understand
point.
that.
Nothing to
That's
support
what I'm
that.
saying. It's always a Zoan. So just shut up talking to me until I fucking
Big
see
facts.
inanimate paramecia / logia.
And then we'll
exist.
call it out and say it doesn't make sense.
That's all I'm saying. It just
The
it's-
only thing that
it's so
kind of ruins that is that Zoan, it's not like you're it's not like you're giving the fucking person an animal and they do some fusion.
giving
It
you
just
life.
gives them the abilities of an animal.
Yeah, and an ability of an animal includes having a brain. So there you
Yo,
go.
Funk Freed.
Funk Free,
Uh,
the model doc. What the fuck is it called? The dog.
That is
Dachshund.
How do you
Lasso.
pronounce
That's
that again,
Lasso.
again?
That's Lasso.
I know it's Lasso from
Yeah.
from Alabasta. But
You can
what's
say
the model
Dachshund or
Dachshund?
Dachshund.
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 I don't like
You can do
dogs. I don't
whatever.
know how to pronounce it.
Dachshund.
Dachshund.
All I know is
Dachshund.
golden retriever. Is all I know. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's the worst thing ever, man.
Wasn't Funk
Can't
Freed
give
an
them
elephant
midnight.
though?
Yeah, Funk Freed was an
We
elephant. I
had
don't know what you're
Smiley.
talking
We
about.
had Smiley.
Not a dog.
Free was-
Met Smiley. We had a bunch.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there was that stuff. I really, as much as okay, it might be a little weird to say, but I in a lot of ways I don't like how the information visually was presented to me when it came to Garp's story about fighting rocks. I felt like, especially since Oda actually ended up kind of sort of giving us, just a little brief clash with Whitebeard and Roger. Roger doing that cool attack against Odin. We've seen like a 1-2, and I was actually surprised we saw as much as we saw of Roger's adventure with Whitebeard and everything of that nature. What kind of shocked me a little bit was like I felt like with the rocks flashback with Zebek, unless he's trying to save Zebek for something or those guys for something, it's like I couldn't see a friggin' like a proper silhouette of a younger Kaido and all those characters, and like I couldn't see Garp and Roger throw one attack together or something. Like just like I feel like visually I wasn't stimulated, but I was in terms of what information I was getting, because I think Garp is the most interesting One Piece character thus far in a lot of ways. I think you could say Dragon, a couple people. Sure, I got you, Darius. Certain people, but
the whole Monkey D family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barring Luffy.
Because like I feel like they keep adding these really cool layers to Garp. And I think he's lived one of, if not the most interesting One Piece lives. When I think about this man started, with like he stopped one of the most notorious pirate groups with the future Pirate King and his crew. I take credit for that. You think about even like Don Chinchao, obliterating mountains. He punches deformity into his head. This is a lot of shit Garp does. Like I just think he's just like really cool.
Yeah, Garp flashback.
But like the thing about Garp that I really like is like, and I always say, like, I was speaking to Nat about this earlier. I don't know if we're still in chat, but just like when it comes to these D characters that share a lot of traits with Luffy in terms of kind of being like a little airheaded man of action, yada yada yada. There's always a part of me that wonders, will Luffy ever get to this level where he starts to just think a bit more? Like I don't think it will, and I don't need it, but I always wonder every time I see Garp, like Garp is talking about internal political affairs of various kingdoms and whatnot, and I'm like, oh shit, nigga smart, nigga but you know what you talk about, like he got wisdom, you got experience, like he knows. You see Roger, like yo, okay, so I'm in the pirate for a while. I got to, was it Lone Star? Yo, I'm telling you, there's another island here. I need these ponies.
Sounds like you're talking about Luffy maturing.
Exactly. And
you know what Oda said in an interview?
He's, yeah, I do. But like I said, I don't need it personally, because I feel like the whole point was like, oh, he has people to do that. But you always have to wonder when you see it. Is what I'm saying. I can't help myself. When I see
it might happen eventually.
Dritz, you're talking about the one where he said he didn't want to make him 20 years old, right?
Yeah. Where he said if he had made him 20 years old, he would have been forced to have drawn Luffy as mature.
Forced
for some reason.
Or portray him as mature as well.
Yeah, basically.
True. Luffy has moments of wisdom and these really, really cool character moments where he kind of puts where he puts his foot down and he goes like, this is what it is, this is what we're doing, we're gonna follow my lead kind of thing, right? Totally get that. But he has always been a fucking monkey. Luffy has not had a thought as intelligent as Roger and Garp in his fucking life. That's all I'm saying.
Him saying he's gonna leave the Mary behind, that was a good moment. That was a good moment with him.
I mean, he only did that because somebody else told him to.
One of the best characters in the world.
Not really.
Iceberg.
Yeah.
Like, this is... Come on, guy.
I mean, it's
Iceberg come on, bro.
Yeah, Iceberg and Kaku had to tell his ass, your ship.
He's shown contemplating for like numerous numerous panels. Like that's like the only time Luffy has ever thought about something.
That blank face.
Yeah, the blank face. Yeah, but
yeah, so a lot of thought going up on that brain. 100%.
But he goes from saying no to something, then eventually saying yes. That means
let me ask you guys all this individually, right? I'll go in order. I'll start with you, Laz. Would you prefer to see Luffy mature into that kind of role, or do you want him to stay the way he is until the end?
I mean, I would like to see some maturity, but not like a complete like overhaul of his personality. Because then it's like the kid that we started with off. Obviously, like you have to understand like the world and everything goes around and stuff. But like basically, complete a whole 180 like new person by the end of it. It just feels a little weird to me. So grow up, but still keep like what makes you you. You know.
Before I get to you, Cypher, let me address something. All right, Alex, let's talk. Let's talk.
What's he saying?
Oh no, it's just the whole rhetoric of like the character development thing, because like I feel like this is something that gets lost on a lot of people.
Oh, it's the people that say Luffy developed after Ace died.
Oh no, not even that. I'm not gonna go there. He just said Thorfinn got better development and progression in 6 episodes, which is really sad.
Oh.
And it's like,
it's just the whole thing between dynamic and static character and a flat character arc, where it's like it's not a bad thing, but I feel like I constantly have to say this, where it's like your character does not become good just because they go through a character arc or development. That does not make a good character. A lot of characters you probably know that are very iconic. You like a lot of flat. Or static in nature, right? They don't necessarily go through these big dynamic changes. When people come to me and they're like One Piece characters, they're bad, they don't develop, yada yada. I'm like, yeah, they're static. They're not dynamic in nature, and that's not always a bad thing, right? Everything's case by case. It depends on the story you're telling. Because the easiest example for me to use is Goku. I don't like Goku at all. But he just works for the story of Dragon Ball, because all Goku has to do is really 2 things: want to get stronger and fight and get stronger. Right? That's all the story really requires him to do. That's all he really does.
A weird tangent, but
it works for the story of Dragon Ball. Other characters like Vegeta and Piccolo, they might go through more character changes, but with Goku, it's just like I'm so excited, like I just want to fight, like that's all he wants to do, and it works because that's all it is, right?
It's just a weird off-topic thing.
How do I not like Goku? Because Goku is a bitch. I don't like him. I just don't.
It's a weird off-topic thing for me. All my time,
I'm a Bulma guy. I like Bulma. Bulma my favorite character.
All my time reading, watching Dragon Ball, I never cared about Goku up
Up
until recently.
Never?
I didn't really start. I never really cared about him that much, but up until recently, he's really started to grow. I don't know why it is. I'm just starting to fuck with
who?
Goku.
It's just that's a little.
Kid Goku, the best Goku.
Yeah,
I liked him a lot more when he was a child.
I'm actually starting to fuck with him more as an adult.
Did Cypher just say Goku is the best Goku?
No, he said Kid Goku is the best Goku.
Oh, I was well confused.
So he's talking about GT. He's talking about GT.
No, we're talking about Dragon Ball.
We're not talking about
Ball.
My favorite character is Bulma, so I'm disqualified from the conversation. I'm just saying, don't make the mistake of thinking your character has to go through all these incredible long changes. Because I don't even like Thorfinn. Thorfinn has gone through a lot of changes. I'm not a fan, so.
If your favorite character ain't Yamcha, then there's something wrong with you.
Big facts.
Cypher?
Now, Yamcha's the only nigga that actually fucking questioned Vegeta. That's what I like about him.
He's real.
Vegeta came, you know what I'm saying, killed it. Cliveman killed him. You know what I'm talking about?
This chapter of Supermate Master.
Now you forget that was the tie. Yamcha versus the Sidemen. That's the tie.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. That's a double KO. You're right. That's a double KO. He's right. Ever since I heard that, I can't unhear. I'm like, you right. If you blow yourself up to kill him, you didn't win. You did not win. That's a something struck me tie.
When Satsuki said that shit, I was dead, bro.
That shit was so fucking funny.
That's just
Cypher,
man.
what do you want to see from Luffy in the future? Do you want to see him go through those kind of changes, or you don't care? You don't know? What do you think?
I want to see it go like I don't want to like change the whole character because I like his character as it is, but to see him like mature throughout these like tragic situations like Ace and like learning from these things, like I can use that. Like I need that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, I would like to see like him progress like little steps, but don't like overdo it. You know what I mean? Don't change his whole character.
Mr. Unnatural.
Unlimited power.
They fly now.
They fly now.
I Babu Freak Memory Joy Go Black.
Yeah, my answer, considering the entire story of One Piece is basically about a man's journey to achieve his dream and what he has to do on the way to adapt to it. Luffy, not like his entire character has to change, but the fact that nothing that he's ever gone through has ever mattered to him is a bit discerning because it makes the journey to become what he's supposed to be a bit irrelevant. Because it's not like there are many kinds of stories where the protagonist has their viewpoints altered, but there are also other ones where it's like his viewpoints are challenged and it's a strength to like stay on that path. Neither of these apply to Luffy. He's basically he doesn't really have any agency. He doesn't care about his dream to the point where is actually like motivated to do it outside of just beating people that he doesn't even actually have to do to accomplish his dream. Mm-hmm. So in some aspect, Luffy has to be challenged and or grow. Without it, it's if he becomes Pirate King, it just seems it doesn't seem like it's earned.
Okay.
So I would say at some point in time he has to adapt a little bit, and I think we're starting to see a little bit of that because I feel like the reason we haven't seen that is because of just Oda being afraid to grow his characters for fear of backlash.
Okay.
So I feel like near the end of the series, like a lot of shonen, Oda will then be like, okay, then I'll do it now.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to what Ethereal said just now, but I got you. BG.
Yo.
Glurg Master, Luffy. Do you want to see you want to see major changes for him, minor changes, not changes? What do you want to see from Luffy?
So Luffy, my favorite character in the series, but Luffy, my favorite character.
I feel like that's Cap.
That's Cap.
I would have guessed Aokiji, but I didn't know that. But go ahead.
No, Aokiji is my number 3. Yeah, he's my favorite. He's not
no, that's right. I was legit about to check the top 20 character stream. He was like, I swear to God, this man's lying.
Nah.
Did you speed read Ennius Lobby's Water 7? Who?
He does.
Can't be talking to me. There's no way.
He's talking to Dress.
I have Water 7 tattooed
what the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Let's keep it
Water
moving.
7 on my back, tattooed on my chest. I suck dick on Water 7.
Yeah, facts.
Hey, nigga, what did I just walk into? Hey, yo, nah, I'm checking your ass, nigga.
Hey, wait. I didn't even say that. That was. Get catch. What's good there? Yes, what's good, brother? John.
Nah, nigga, I'm checking your ass, nigga. What the fuck was that? You sucked dick from Water 7? Hold on, you said that on stream, nigga.
Listen. That's the greatest saga of all fucking time. I don't care what anyone tells me. I throw back for the Water 7 saga. That's
I mean, it's one of, but it's not the.
That's not even from Water 7. That's from Long Landline arc. That's from the Davy back fight. I thought back from then, from that moment. Davy back fight go hard. I don't care what anyone tells me.
Davy back fight. Oh my, bro. The only thing fire about that was when Aokiji pulled up. In my opinion,
the only thing fire about
that's
it was
Cap,
fucking
Merloon's
Foxy.
head.
What you talking about?
That's not Cap at all.
That's not Cap.
What, Long Ring Long Land?
Definitely
the whole
Cap.
arc is fire. I'm sorry. There's nothing you could say to me. I just enjoyed it. It's just fun. First of all, you had Tanjit, aka Emu, on stilts. Just looking over the world. That's my
Oh my god.
Power Scales
Bro,
fucking
man,
hate
this
that arc, dog.
dog.
Wasn't there a motherfucker in that arc called Hamburger or some shit?
Yes, that's one of.
I honestly have no
One
idea.
of Foxy's crewmates. Yes.
I remember who it's the gorilla looking
It's
motherfucker
the
with the
ones
big
that
ass
don't-
Bro,
mouth.
the best thing about the Daisy back fight was Afro Luffy.
Okay, let me just. Okay, let me give you like. Let me just. I'll say
I thought
this
the
real quick.
best part was when Sanji said it was fun. Whatever the hell he said.
All right, let me let y'all know. First of all, Foxy top 5 antagonist of Luffy.
Definitely cap.
That nigga.
Yo, Buggy's better than
That
Foxy,
nigga
bro.
is so fun. Like I just like. You guys just hate fun. Like y'all just don't want to laugh. Like nigga.
Nope.
That guy weak. He weak as hell, and you put in work. But basically, what I say about that arc is just,
The only reason he put it work is because Luffy was a dumbass.
yeah, he used that to his advantage.
W is still a W. What are you talking about?
Is it his fault? Luffy's a goddamn ape? No. Use that to his
This
advantage.
nigga, nah. This nigga got the most hacks devil fruit in the verse.
All I'm saying,
That's cap.
all I really say, like I understand why people don't like it. Obviously, I'm not an idiot. I'm not one of those people, right? I obviously get why people don't like it. I just love it. All I say is, hey, for the meatheads, this is a good moment in One Piece. You know why? What did Luffy just finish doing? He beat Shichibukai, who was a what? A low tier. Talk about. Then he just beat Eneru, and he came down. He struggled with who? Foxy? That don't make no sense. But why did it happen? Foxy exploited his intelligence. He's a fucking lie. He's a fucking cheat. And he used the environment to his advantage because he was fighting on his own ship. And the no me is not a terrible ability. So with his little QB rush, no bean, yada yada, he put in work. And it reminds you that you just can't underestimate anyone on the grand line or any ability. And I like that moment because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this nigga cannot, Afro Luffy, come on, you cannot be struggling with this guy. Foxy, he's not the one. But it's like, the whole situation, the whole circumstance, I'm like, oh damn, put in work. Then you start to see the things with Robin and her dark past, and you see your first admiral. Aokiji comes, freezes the water.
Bro, that moment still shakes, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's like holy shit.
But like in terms of like tension and whatnot, obviously the Foxy pirates aren't gonna do anything crazy if they get fucking Chopper. But Chopper is a crewmate at the time that a lot of people cared about. He was important to the crew. We know how much Nakama means to Luffy, so the stakes are at an all-time high when the Nakama is involved. Obviously, it's not going to have these overall ramifications on the overall One Piece universe, like when Blackbeard beats an ace, that turns the world on its head. But it's still important in a vacuum. That's why I always say, like, if you really consider all of these things, that arc is not as bad as people try to make it seem. That's all I'm saying. But anywho, I will shake my ass for that arc any day.
It's not bad, it's mid.
All right. Glam, Luffy, the Luffy thing.
Man. It's really hard because.
Shut up.
I second it.
Added.
I feel hurt. No, but
You tell him, Dretz. Tell him.
Hey, just hate
I mean,
out of here.
it's hard. It's hard for me because, like,
Shut up, man.
I don't read. Oh my god.
No, please. You have the floor.
Okay. Everybody got it out of their system.
Wait, Pat, you want to go first?
Yeah, for real. No, but I don't know if I'd really care one way or another. It depends on how it's done, for the most part. Like if he just like gets more mature, it's like okay. It depends on like what he's doing it for. What is he actually interacting with the crew in a manner like such as that? Is he trying to approach how he fights people in a manner that's more mature? Is he actually trying to care about his journey in a manner that isn't just I'm just doing it for shits and giggles like he has been for most of the series? It just really depends.
Badger.
Must be smoking.
He don't care.
Well, I was gonna say this too, because do you think that it also comes down to he looks at the readers too, Oda, like does the kid
let Pat go? Then go.
Yeah, guys.
Straw
That's a polite way of telling someone to shut up.
For me, I like
said, shut the fuck up.
Go ahead, Pat.
Who gonna check me?
So I'll just say that I like
know.
Luffy's character. I think it worked for the goofy aspect of One Piece that I enjoy greatly. There are occasional moments in the series. The one that I find the most profound for me was when he was talking to Vivi in Alabasta, and like he realized that Vivi was over here trying to make it so that everything at Alabasta would go smoothly, and she thought that nobody else would have to die. He was like, people die, you know, like people when war happens, people die, and I like that moment because I really don't like naive characters. So at the time, I felt like Luffy was falling into that trap, but then after that, I was like kind of reassured. It was challenged later on, like even though he knows that you can't always save everyone and like avoid people dying, he was still doing his best in Marineford to prevent Ace from dying, even though he wasn't like nowhere near strong enough to have the power to do something like that. So when Oda does stuff like that, it makes Luffy's character a lot more interesting because you see that even though he has these beliefs within him, there are certain obstacles that come in his way, and depending on how if they affect him or not, then he's gonna change his viewpoint a little bit.
Cypher, are you good? sorry, Pat.
I'm good.
What the fuck happened?
What's wrong with what he said?
Just look at the chat.
Don't look at the chat.
Just look at the chat.
I'm not looking at the chat.
What's wrong with that?
Nigga said need nine. I ain't gonna repeat out loud.
He said need nine on black.
Whoa!
Oh my god. Pat, I don't know. So with me, right? I just kind of like if I don't know. I feel like if it was going to happen, I think the cracks should have shown already a little bit more. If it happens, I don't hate it. I'm kind of with the rhetoric of execution, but I can't not think about it every literal single time I see Garp in Deep Thought or Roger or a character like that kind of showcasing some type of intelligence. It's like if I could just get like just a little bit of that from Luffy at some point, I think it'd be cool. But like again, so like Ethereal brought up earlier, and this is something I kind of actually do agree with to some degree, where he's like, at the very least, they a lot of people are always under the rhetoric that Luffy has grown as a captain. I don't know if you agree with that or not. I do.
I agree.
In a lot of ways, there's a lot of moments where I feel like that. But then like, if you are under the thing where like Luffy kind of just gets really lucky all the time, and he just kind of flukes his way to victory, like you don't really think he's making a good decision, just that he just ends up winning. It depends on your viewpoint. I don't think you're wrong to think either way, but I'm usually on the side of like Luffy. Was it Bronco who said that Kid is Luffy without the luck?
Without plot
I
armor?
believe so.
Yeah.
Something like that. I can't remember where I heard that first.
He
Something
said
like
something.
that.
I think he said something to that.
Something
that
like
effect.
Luffy is Kid, but he has like great luck or something like that. I can't remember.
I kind of agree with that.
No,
I can see where they're coming from.
I don't
I
agree
don't
with
agree.
it. I don't agree with it
has
either.
more
I don't
merit.
agree, but I see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid is a lot more mentally tough than I think most people want to give him credit for.
Okay. All right. So, anything else in the Wano you guys really liked that happened last year, or anything you did? I think
The Onimaru flashback was very beautiful.
Onimaru, that's the fox.
Yeah, Foxy boys. I love it. That shit's
I actually
like-
didn't like it either.
I didn't like it at all.
Y'all don't like fun. Y'all suck.
Wait a minute. I don't like fun. Me?
He was just talking about
For
fun,
me?
bro.
Man, shut the fuck up. That ain't fun.
That's not fun.
Cap. That is cap.
That's fun.
Do you guys?
That long ring long shit was hilarious. I don't know what people talking about.
Do you guys think there's an issue with the fact that Mihawk hasn't been mentioned yet?
No.
That's a phony.
Are you on some AFT shit, Fiji, where you're gonna say he's trash because he hasn't beat a Wano swordsman?
No,
Is that what it's about?
Wano swordsman not trash. I can understand why he
have to
hasn't
be-
been.
That kind of
I'm
reminds
just
me of
saying
what
that.
Brago said today about Whitebeard.
The man.
Not coming to Wano to help out Odin after the fact. He's like, Whitebeard just didn't give a fuck.
I guess no one did. Whatever, dude.
Really didn't come through. Like, no one, nothing. Not even Beaver card. Like, come on, bro. They could have helped my nigga out a little bit. Yo, this shit's so funny. It reminds me of things in the tower where just like things in the tower happen. It's like, how could you not have known about this? Like, this nigga is Rex Maizono. Like, you don't know who this is, bitch?
The motherfuckers, the rankers walk in. Dude, I don't know who that is. It's literally tattooed on his
Literally
fucking
Jihad.
back, bro. It's literally.
Got a crown on
my
his head.
God.
I am the king of the tower on his shirt. Who's this?
I've never seen him before.
Who's that guy with the hole in his chest?
Who's that regular? He can't be a regular. He's different.
Yeah, he's different.
Must be a D-range.
He's special. He's unique. He's not the same. He's
the tower has never seen anything like.
Would you say that he is regular? Sorry.
Yeah, bro.
I couldn't help myself. I had to get it out of my system a little bit.
Wait, Pat. I'm pretty sure isn't he's special, right? I don't know if he's. I don't know if
It sounds like every segment of Undisputed. I've never seen something like that before in all my time covering the tower.
Skip, why you do that? Skip.
Skip.
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that, Skip.
Yo, Skip.
Go.
Oh my goodness! One more time the tower. I've never seen anybody in the C rank be able to use a technique like this before.
A regular with a Shih Tzu black hole spear?
Come on, Skip. We don't.
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that, Skip.
You a hater, Skip.
Is Oda and SIU the same person? We'll never know.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wah, wah, wee, wah.
Oh, well,
You over there sad, and I love it.
Dritz, now you got me.
You
thinking
go
you're-
cry when we do
Oh,
that.
Now you got me fucked up.
Oh,
You
go
go,
bam.
boss.
Oh,
God
go,
damn.
go.
Oh, go 25th.
Oh my god.
That's great.
Instead of a gold mask, he's got Rack's thing on his head.
Bam's the worst leg we ever seen. Whoa, Skip. Whoa.
I've told you.
He doesn't have the intangibles. He's just a stab pattern. I'm sorry. I'm stop. Love topic. But yeah.
Tower God recaps.
References Rachel pushing him off the thing. The chosen one became the frozen one.
No, Tritz. No, it's the Cliff Fury.
He doesn't have the Cliff Fury.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Oh my goodness.
That's
Oh
great.
my god.
What would you if you guys can pinpoint one thing right now?
Right.
This I have a couple things I want to talk about and we'll wrap it up. What would you say is the biggest issue with Wano if you have a big issue with it to you?
Pacing.
Everything. Okay.
Pacing. It's like the pacing is just too fast. In the anime, it does it better, but at the same time, it fleshes out parts that I don't like, or they do certain things that I don't like that the manga did right. So it's very hit or miss with the pacing.
Mm-hmm.
And Big Mom. The whole Big Mom thing was trash.
Okay.
I'm just bored. Literally, my own thing. I'm just bored all the time. Like I don't care about these people. Whack ass island, bro. Like I have no reason to care about them. You're in a bad situation, but I don't know any of y'all. I haven't seen any of the personal. I haven't seen any of the personal struggles you get through other than being told your life is shitty. That's all I get. It's like my life sucks. It's like okay.
I mean, this arc is
mean
clear of
anything,
Whole Cake Island by like 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
Way worse.
Yeah.
I would say it's worse.
I would say it's clear of Whole Cake
I will never take Whole
Nah,
Cake
this-
Weekly
this
again.
Odin-
Man. Fuck that.
The Odin flashback and the whole Kaido
Act one,
coming
dog.
down has saved it. Other than that, it would be on the same tier as Whole Cake Island.
Nah.
Yeah, I'd say
I
so.
feel like
I think Act 1, dog. People like sleep. Act 1 was pretty damn good.
Act 1 was awesome.
My reading comprehension skills for real be people's biggest problem with Wano.
Yep. That's the community.
You talk about me
Talking about
specifically.
himself?
Talk about
me
himself, yeah, for real.
specifically. No, I don't know. I don't think you. I don't. If you like it, it's whatever. I don't think you're wrong to not like it or whatever. It's just.
I mean, if you,
Oh, no,
it-
it
the
is.
thing is,
I
you
just-
can
I
enjoy
just
whatever
have-
you want to enjoy, but
I
if you're
have
talking about
issues.
objective
Yeah.
values, then you
I just have.
yeah, you might be called wrong.
That's all.
Nah, it's just people they just making wild statements. Like,
Because it's
I
crazy.
don't know
As
how-
crazy as it sounds, I don't think it's gonna be bad. in the
I don't
long
think it's
run.
gonna be bad at all.
But
I think
if
it's
it
gonna
is,
be
I promise
really
you, the
good.
slander pack is not getting. It's not letting up. It's in full effect.
Nah,
I'm firing it
Yo,
up.
bro, I'm
up.
hopping off of Twitter.
I mean, on ordinary fire right now, so you know I could get.
You-
D-
you know,
Darius-
I actually don't agree with that.
What?
And I'm-
Whoa!
I don't think it's been
I
fired.
can't speak. I read fast pass. I'm shutting up.
I
You
read
can't
fast
speak
pass
either.
as well.
Oh, I read fast, but I haven't seen the recent chapter.
No, I don't know who doesn't read it. That's why I don't really speak about this like that.
Well, I mean, you know, Dritz and I do, but that's about it.
Yeah,
I heard-
we can talk
I
about it
heard
off
it's
stream,
not
but I
so
actually
nice.
don't think it's been that good.
Okay, we can talk about it after.
All right.
And I'm an unordinary fan, so
I'm a stand. You see my name. It has goat season. You know who the
I
goat
don't
is?
read
I don't know.
It's John.
John the goat.
Darius and I are John boys, bro.
It's crazy
every
how
day.
Arlo better and Dr. Darwin's the real goat, though. But, I mean,
Midlook?
see, I'm kind of a Zodiac summoner. It's not that I hate it. I'm just not interested as much.
That's my thing.
I don't read mid.
I just don't
Whoa,
care.
You read
whoa,
Well, I mean, that
Laz.
Laz-
Just like Haikyuu? Whoa. Who said
Yes.
that?
Yes, sir. What's the problem?
Who
gonna check
That's
me?
Pat, not me. That's Pat.
What? Wait, why would I say?
He said that's the worst thing in Jump right now.
Man,
Wait,
Pat,
who
you
said that?
wildin'.
Pat.
Talking about One Piece?
I did not say that.
Haikyuu's the worst thing in Jump.
Haikyuu
easily.
the worst sports anime?
Huh? So you want me to, I have the receipts. I could pull it up. I'm
Drit's making those bold claims that One Piece is worse than Samurai 8 and Jump.
Haven't read it.
That nigga got glasses.
Hey, I do. It's probably hard to imagine Samurai 8 is better.
Shout out to Zumi.
Is that even in Jump?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
shocked.
Actually, I actually didn't know that.
Dude,
I thought it was in a separate magazine, bro.
No, it's weekly.
8K
That's in Jump.
volume, bro.
I know.
Bro,
I know.
okay.
Everybody's loving Juju Badudu right now.
Juju.
Juju
Yes.
Badudu.
Fire.
I mean, Actage, I think is.
Wait, are you talking about Jack and the Power of Juju?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
think
crazy.
Actage is the
That
best.
shit's crack.
From what I've seen, Active is probably the best thing out right now.
Yeah.
Tyson Fireman.
Who's the
Actage?
Who's the best antagonist in Wano right now?
In
Why-
Wano?
Why is it
And
Orochi?
and what?
In Wano, why is it Orochi?
Not Orochi.
Who is it then?
It's
Kaido.
Kaido.
Everyone
I'm
knows.
still taking the drunk.
No,
Shinobu.
What? Kaido is absolutely
Shinobu.
whack.
Bro, you know I was so heated when that was her name because all I could think of was Shinobu Sensui. And I was
big
you got
facts,
this
Darius.
you got this raggedy ass bitch with one of the greatest antagonist name of all time. I want to slap the shit out of that.
I thought that I trolled the same. I said the same shit.
Last correct them right now. Who's the greatest Shinobu of all time?
Shinobu Oshino.
Thank you.
But you say the full name because I don't
He
have
shot
that.
the ace of the hato ando bredo.
There you go. Don't ever
Shinobu's
disrespect
the
me
great
like
one.
that
Is that a
again.
French name?
Yeah,
That's
well, yeah.
Monogatari, dog. That's the greatest.
Yeah, man.
That's Monogatari.
Only one worthy of that name.
I'll say it very slowly.
Yeah,
for you.
since
It's
we
Kiss
have
Shot,
episodes.
Ace Roller, Orion, Heart, Underblade.
Facts.
Never
Shut
Yeah,
get
that shit sounds like you just got it out of a name generator, my nigga.
I kid you not.
That's her name.
Kiss Shot the Ace Roller, Orion,
I
Heart,
swear, yeah.
Underblade.
Yeah, that's her real name. And if you don't say it like 3 times in a row, bro, she'll fuck you, you know?
And they one of the name her name other name the Deathtopia Fursuitoso Suicide Master.
Yeah.
That's her master.
Man.
Oh my god! Actually, let me not talk about the off-season stuff.
Mhm.
But who? Yeah,
I was about
That's
to say,
the
did you
Shinobu
forget
of
I'm
all
still
time.
watching?
That's the best Shinobu of all time.
Wait, Naya, you said best antagonist in Wano?
Yeah, like mine's Orochi. My favorite antagonist I want right now is Orochi.
Oh, for me, it's Hawkins.
kinda
I'll say
I
Hawkins
kinda-
again.
I
but
kind of
first-
stand by the rhetoric that Orochi doesn't get the respect that he gets from the One Piece community just because he's ugly and doesn't fight.
Mhm.
Oh, fight. When I say fight, I mean like, you know what I mean. Like,
His
not
opposing
strong.
guys.
Like the point that I liked him is because he doesn't like Yasui, and I liked when he came out to personally clap him with the tools. And he came out himself with the shotgun. Like, I'm clapping myself on the cross.
Yeah.
I respect it. Let's go. That's what I liked him.
I'd still say Hawkins is the best for me.
He's basically the perfect piece of shit, basically, if I have to say, for Orochi's character. Like, he really knows how to get under your skin with the shit that he does.
That shit he did with this chapter is that shit was like.
And I feel like,
you, nigga.
yeah, and I feel like next chapter, if it's gonna go into the whole like Odin's death and stuff, like it's probably gonna go into some really like real good shit. That's gonna be like, yeah, this guy's that dude when it comes to villains.
I don't ever think that's possible. We'll see. Like, Orochi I don't think he can redeem himself to.
I mean, unless Kaido's gonna come out straight up like Thanos and stuff during the war, then Orochi's got this from a character standpoint in the bag.
Hopefully, I would like that.
Yeah,
Because I have no faith in I have no faith in Kaido. He's just gonna be.
No, you say Wano. You know you want
Wait,
to.
you
Hey.
have no faith in Kaido. Wait, hold on. Wait, what?
Hey, listen, if Kaido come with the quotables, you better be ready.
Big
Bro,
Mom
this
got
dude
butchered.
already has the quota.
Big Mom
What do
has
you
nothing
mean?
but a stomach.
Big Mom got butchered. I expect the same for Kaido.
That too.
It's me.
Big Mom got
Kaido just a drunk. It's me.
Yeah.
Kaido just a drunk, bro.
I mean, he's not really
Y'all
drunk.
gotta respect Big Mom.
You gonna put some respect on my
That's
man's
a
name.
that's a role model.
Now we'll see. It's not like I don't think he's bad yet. Big Mom, I genuinely think is absolute cheek.
Mom's trash.
Like, she's
Yeah,
bad.
he has ruined Big Mom.
Yeah, Big Mom is genuinely
Do you
trash.
think she's
but
ruined? Do you think she's ruined in what, a character aspect, a strength aspect?
Yeah,
both?
that's-
A character, especially in portrayal.
I mean, the
Yeah,
woman
it's-
can be as strong as she wants. It doesn't matter if she acts like a fucking idiot.
It's
all the
like
time.
he basically tried to make her a baby in a big body, but he like fucked it up a bit. He never.
A
It's
bit.
just
Just
whack,
a bit,
man.
just a bit, bro. Just a bit.
A
He fucked
bit.
it up, yeah.
I really, really didn't like the amnesia thing because it felt like just like a means to an end to get her.
No, it
to
wasn't even that it
really
felt
be
like
strong.
No, it didn't. It didn't
literally
even have
was
a
a means to an
payoff,
end.
bro.
It literally was a means to an end. It was to get Luffy to
And
run
her-
around the prison a hell of a lot
You
easier.
know when Queen head bombs her and she just falls asleep?
Yeah.
Just,
Bro, with
I
no
have
hockey.
a big,
No
big,
hockey.
yeah. I got a huge feeling that this like Big Mom's gonna be like purified in this arc and turned into a good person.
Oh,
I genuinely-
fuck no.
I
God
genuinely
help
see
me.
that happening.
She'd be one of the worst characters in One Piece if that happened.
She's
She
getting
already
talk
is.
no jutsu, bro. She's
That's
getting
not
talk no jutsu. I can
No,
feel it
no.
coming.
I don't wish death. I don't wish death on a person,
You're
but
watching a lot of
Kaido,
Jimmy.
I need hands in the grave. I'll dig it.
Because, like, one of the biggest issues I have is with, like, the two Yonko being there. It's like, I don't know. Like, really?
She shouldn't have been in the arc in the first place.
Yeah.
Facts.
should
Like,
again-
how are you gonna defeat? Well, you don't have to, but like,
Defeat these nuts.
it's One Piece, so you think. How are you gonna defeat two Yonko if a nigga just went into a Yonko's territory, barely got out by quote unquote beating the first mate? Like, how? Like, I don't understand where Oda's going with this at all.
And he can't even think of a way for Luffy to beat Kaido.
Facts.
Too. So
He had to jump through so many hoops just so he could beat Katakuri, let alone Kaido.
bring up Dofi before that.
Oh, yep. Fuck it. Post time skip.
Watch the arc play out.
I'd say one thing that's
Watch the
kinda
arc
Bro,
play
I hate when niggas say out, watch the arc play out. First, y'all said watch the Big Mom situation play out. What did it play back to? Trash?
Plot device. That's
Yeah.
what it played out to.
Like, what do you mean? Like, if the shit's trash, we gonna
It's
say
trash.
it's trash. If it's good, if it turns out becoming decent, we'll say it's mid. If it turns out great, we'll call it great. We call it like we see it with our glasses on, but none of y'all don't get
Yeah,
the picture
so-
unless the flashes on. Fuck.
Hey,
Yo, that's bars.
hey, what did you guys think of like
I don't.
Luffy's speech in Udon? Because
Oh, which one?
I'm of the unpopular
Big
opinion. I
Udon.
like that shit. I like Luffy's speech.
You
in
like
Udon.
what?
There's nothing wrong with the
Oh,
speech. I just
I like it.
remember my thing with the speech is I remember some people kind of tried to make it into this whole Luffy has come such a long. Like he hasn't done.
Yeah,
anything,
people try to turn it into
He
something.
hasn't done anything here that he wouldn't have done in any other arc, and there's nothing you can say that could convince me otherwise.
Yeah,
Where
I
like
can
that
see
was
that.
really my only caveat. Otherwise, there's nothing wrong with the speech. He's like, yo, this and that, yada yada, blah blah. You know, stop being slaves. He kind of gets it to some degree because where he was born in the Gold Kingdom, or whatever.
Basically, he did the same thing he did with Vivi, except he grabbed these dudes that were diseased. And that was literally the only difference.
Because he told Vivi stop being so naive. Pat brought it up earlier.
He did the same exact shit.
Yeah, Zoro,
Yeah.
fucking hell, Luffy has some good
It's
moments.
It's not like it's not different from anything he would have done before. So I wouldn't have like, you know, I didn't freak out when he did. I was like, oh, yeah, you know,
That's why it wasn't a big deal to me.
It's a Luffy thing, so I didn't like make it a big deal, but it was cool. I kind of like Momo's moment a little bit more. I wish we got to see him actually say some shit, but
Yeah,
for
that was
Momo,
cool.
because Luffy's like, yo, the one they want to hear speak is you, not me. They don't know who I am.
Momonosuke even say a word that entire time?
Well, he knew that they were looking at him and really seeing his father, not really seeing
Yeah, but
him.
I'm just asking, like, did he like
says
physically?
He told them. We didn't see him say anything, but we know he told them what was really going on. Like what's going on. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think the last thing we saw was them bowing at him.
Yeah.
And I think it panned to Chopper healing Luffy.
So basically, Oda did to Momonosuke what he did to Fujitora and the rest, where he cut out all the good parts of them talking.
Wow.
When did Kaido?
I'm
Kaido
starting
and
to
Big
see a pattern here.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Kaido and Big Mom's clash
do
was.
you guys
Oh,
think
sorry,
One
sorry.
Piece ended strong last year with the One Piece literally being seen by Roger and the Whitebeard and stuff? You think at least it ended strong?
I don't even remember what
Yeah,
the last
I
chapter was
enjoyed
last
it.
year.
It
was
was the
basically
one where
the Roger
Roger
left.
when he left.
Roger's adventure.
Oh, I thought you meant 2018 there for a second.
No, 20.
Yeah. No, I thought it ended really strong though. Right now, the start, it's like okay, like it's kind of a weird spot because we're coming like towards the very end of it, and like its context is kind of missing. So resolution for the flashback still pending.
I haven't read a single chapter of flashback, so
I feel like the last like half of like I would say last quarter of like 2019 was like very good, honestly. Because that's when we got like what was it, Ultimate, the bounties onward, like to the end. She was fire.
I feel like the Odin flashback chapters, there was like 2 or 3 of them that I would call like very good chapters, and others were just decent. Like I don't think this flashback is in my top 7, top 8.
Like again, I can't rank it until I see the end and then judge it
Yeah.
fully. Because then it's like okay, then I can say. But yeah,
The
Robin's the
chapter-
top one.
I don't fuck
Oh,
with Act 2,
facts.
Nothing
but
will
the
ever
end of
beat
Act 2 I
Zoro's
actually really
backstory,
like.
ever.
Did you just say
Cool.
Kumina's
We
stairs
don't
is
do this
top
to me.
one?
You don't do this to me.
Cannot be beaten. It just can't.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying
I've
the
already
stairs
defeated
are emo?
depression.
Zoro.
Are you saying the stairs are emu?
I'm
Is that
quietly
what you're
loud
saying?
today. Zoro over everything. I'm joking.
you know, are you good?
Hey,
Are
man,
you
them
good?
stairs,
bro?
you know,
My
those
favorite
stairs.
has always been Cowgirl and Nolan the Liar. It's not gonna change.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, like,
That one was fire.
I have so much more respect for that one upon like rereads, man. Like, and I think the manga is just more perfect compared to how the anime did it.
Oof, that is an amazing flashback, bro.
Yeah, it's probably top 2, but it's like I love Laws and because that shit hurted.
Dog, he died. He lived a very big.
I got stabbed, but you're the one that's in pain. Fuck, man. Like, my heart.
Bro, don't bring it, Laz. Don't bring it back, man.
Oh, Lord.
I can't,
starting
man.
to stop.
I ain't gonna lie,
Like,
Law
like
probably.
you know when you love something so much, like you kind of like have like the words stuck in your head. Like when like Corazon's looking at me, like "Kwaiso de," like the Japanese, that shit stays in my mind, bro. Like that's how much I love these scenes. Like,
That nigga said, "Nah, we're good. We got the shit."
yeah, man.
And then the nigga was bleeding, and then we're like, "Fuck!" Like
Yeah,
we
man.
thought he was in the clear, G.
And he-
I was like, "Bro, I
Flamingo
can't."
popped that nigga like 30
Yeah.
times.
and before that, this man got rocked by a dude with a burger on his face, man. I was sick. Absolutely sick.
Bro, that shit sent me into depression, bro.
I was so bad. I'm like, bro, he like when he walked up, and I'm like, oh, man, he might see another Marine. He had to see him of all people. I'm like, fuck.
See, like, we know Oda can craft these amazing characters. Like, he just fucking fumbled the bag with a character that he hyped up the most. Odin, he got the most hype, and like, I don't like him. I haven't liked him since.
Am I a
Senior
Legend
Pink.
Mac fanboy? I don't think I've seen a single Legend Mac video in my life, to be honest.
You've done yourself a favor.
I don't. I know.
Hey, shout out to my guy Mac.
Nat fucking loves Legend Mac, but I don't.
He does?
I
it's
haven't
bad.
I haven't actually seen a Legend Mac video. The only person I knew before I got to this community from a YouTube standpoint was Joy Boy. He's the only nigga I knew. I didn't know anybody else. And Roger, but I thought Roger was Nintendo. I didn't know he knew about One Piece, but I knew who Roger was because of Shofu.
Shout out to my boy Mac, man. He out here getting bread.
I don't have an issue with Mac personally. I don't know Mac, but yeah.
Like, his videos just he talks real slow at the start. Shit makes me laugh.
That's the seller, man.
Strong is Kizaru.
I hope it never changes.
he's like villain Ragnar. Ragnar's voice make me laugh.
Ragnar block.
I got tripped out by Ragnar by watching Ragnar's videos. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I watched first time I watched one of those videos. It was so fucking weird.
Whoever that is.
Oh, I have it too now. Ragnar Vinland.
He's blocked.
Yeah, get out of here.
Why?
I don't know.
Why is he blocked?
I don't block people often.
Unless I have a good
mute
reason.
anybody for anything, but I don't block people. So if I block you, it's a reason. You're not getting unblocked.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't
nigga, you
remember
muted
why,
me?
But I know there's a reason why I did it, so he's not getting unblocked.
Yeah.
Hey, nah, you muted me, nigga?
You're not muted.
Yeah.
You're not even annoying. You're not Fiji.
Am I muted?
Yeah.
I'm definitely muted.
Fiji. I unmuted you today, so you got a chance.
Am I muted?
You are muted right now. Cypher was never. I've never muted Cypher.
Let's go.
Cause Cypher tweets the
got the
You
worst
fucking
say
tweet.
that
shit.
now, it's over.
Cypher's
worst
the
tweet.
worst one on Twitter, bro. The
That's
shit
cap.
this nigga be tweeting. Oh
You don't
god.
see
You're the worst one. What are you talking about?
Nah. Stop,
Always
stop.
simping and shit when you're always calling out
Me
the
simping?
simps.
Oh,
Dog,
shit.
that was like twice. I had a little brief week where I fell off the rails for a second. This nigga Cypher is 24/7 wilding.
Wait, his name is wait. I blocked Vinland. No, isn't it Ragnar D something? Red D Ragnar.
Yeah. Ragnar, but his Vinland Ragnar. But same thing. He's blocked.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know who he is. I could unblock him and try again, but I don't want to.
Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of flashbacks, Senior Pink out of nowhere with a quality flashback.
Oh damn, yeah, that's over Odin.
I did not expect that of him, man. Like,
I liked it. It was nice, but I think some people kind of overrated it.
Yeah, some people overrate that shit. I seen niggas put that in top 3. Hell no.
What? Top 3? Whoa.
I seen niggas put that in top 3, bro.
Top 10
He
easy.
really quickly gave us like a more backstory to a character we didn't really need it for, kind of in a sense.
But
I
shit,
appreciated
yeah.
it. It wasn't too intrusive. It wasn't too long. I don't think, but it
They just showed the longest. So
You see,
Hey, nigga, I was here for Suplex City.
It didn't.
And that just made it better.
Reshape. You know, like, oh my god. But
Yeah.
Fisher Tiger top 2, dog.
I like that fight though with him and Frankie. Though.
Yeah,
Matt Turner with
that was probably my
burn?
favorite fight in Dressrosa, to be honest.
Yeah, easily, yeah.
Actually,
Actually,
that's the
no.
reason.
German-
That's the reason I still like Frankie.
Dude, the Germans.
Zoro clashing with Fuji, come on.
Shut up, bro.
Ah, man.
Oh my god.
If you hitting German
Fuck
suplexes
outta
off
here.
towers, bro, that's raw.
Zoro
clashing with. You mean Zoro getting fucking
Zoro getting
demolished
lost,
into-
that shit was goated.
getting dropped into the ground like a sack of potatoes?
What's our
What are you
definition of
talking
goated?
about, bro?
That's about as much worse as using Wano right now.
For real.
You are hereby given the title of GOAT until the final day of your life. That's goated.
Fucking, what was I gonna say?
Thus, you are knighted as goated.
Rocks.
Yeah, Fisher
Yeah.
Tiger top 2, dog.
Y'all got
Fisher
Whoa,
Tiger,
top 2? Whoa. I don't know about top 2. Top
Fisher
5.
Tiger my number 2, dog.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The part where he's like, I don't want that filthy human blood in me.
Yo, that was crazy. I was like, after all
Damn.
this nigga went through, this nigga said, fuck him. I was like, damn.
He said, you gotta let me go. I don't want that shit in my body.
That's what
son.
you call
I said-
realism, man.
Oda was waiting a while to write that shit.
I'm like, that's the part that got me.
He
But
hid
when you
behind the
think-
page.
When you
writing
think
that
about
shit.
it, like, when you think about it, that's some real nigga shit, though.
Yeah, that's realism,
that's-
dog. That's
like
realism.
niggas in the hood who be
That's
thinking
some
like
shit.
that. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
that's some shit where it's
fuck
like,
them.
I don't want that nigger blood in me. No.
Whoa,
Let me die.
whoa.
Naya.
That's exactly. That's
Sound like my grandparents.
That's exactly what it is.
Shit, for
That's
real.
exactly what it is.
Wait, was it?
Don't you put that
Chris.
black blood in me, nigga?
I had to look over my shoulder.
That's exactly what that was.
What, was it a shadowy figure?
Hey, nigga.
That's what I thought about when it happened. I was like, damn.
Nah, bro, you need to get out of here.
I'm not one of those people who go, the Saiyans are black people or the Mechans are black people. But if there's a moment, I'm like, I get it. I feel this.
Bro, this nigga Frieza said hello monkeys, bro. What are you talking about?
They're not
Monkeys.
black. Stop it. But I hear you though. I get it. Anyways, I don't know. One Piece last year, in a nutshell, I need better this year. That's all I'm saying. I think One Piece. I think Wano could still be cool if the war is really good and some shit. And a lot of the present time stuff is really cool. But I think overall last year I wasn't that impressed. And that doesn't happen that often. I think really Dressrosa a couple times was really the only time. Otherwise, usually every year I throw it back for Oda.
See, for me, I feel like the problem is that Wano is running concurrently with all these crazy events that's happening outside of Wano. So it's kind of like pulling our attention away, and like, you know, we're instead of focusing on the arc, we're over here wondering what's going on in the world of One Piece. So it's kind of like curbing some people's enjoyment.
I mean, the rivalry's
I
already
don't
up.
think that's an issue, dog.
I
Because
know
I
when
need-
Wano started, I didn't want Wano to start yet. I was still
Well, yeah,
focused on
yeah.
what's going on in the referee.
that pissed me off.
I
bro.
felt the same way. 'Cause, like, we don't need the Straw Hats
You could see it. I was
all the
I
time.
was like, no.
Imagine we had like a reverie. Fucking. Imagine the reverie was like 1300 German election.
No, imagine if we'd
that would've
actually
been gold.
seen the parts of the reverie that mattered. Of
And
just
like
getting a bunch of
Fuji
setup that just
preaching.
gave us
No,
more
we saw all the
questions.
stuff. We saw them on the boats getting there, and then they skipped all the good stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Bro,
I just wanted to see what kind of boats they're riding.
yeah, for real.
Do you guys?
I don't even care
No.
about the fights. Off screen, the fights. I wanted to see Fuji preaching to these niggas. I wanted
Thank
to
you,
I need to
Fiji.
see Shida Hoshi.
He's blind.
That's me.
He
But
can't preach.
Yeah, same.
I do
wait,
wanna
what'd
ask
you say?
guys
Hey,
this,
yo,
right?
Naya, what'd you say?
The Ultahima
When it
greatness,
comes
man.
to- no, I need to see the Hoshi, like, cause like I wanted her to really shine in Reverie because
Yeah.
Hime's wish, her mom's wish was for her. to
She's a
petition
fish.
him, but you know, it is. It is
I'm not gonna lie though.
Shirahoshi and
I hope
Fujitora
so.
could have been.
later on.
To be honest, if we
Yeah.
did see the reverie, we wouldn't have got these nice intermission chapters. Because these intermission chapters.
No,
do...
we still could have.
Oh, no, we would have gotten a good arc.
No,
Yeah, we would
Fiji,
have gotten a good arc. Yeah, exactly.
Fiji, all that shit
I'll
would have
take that.
taken place after the reverie. Like we
That's-
still would have gotten those intermissions.
No, but the thing is, it wouldn't have been the same because we're being. Oda loves to fucking use like mystery.
It
He
doesn't
likes
have to be the
build
same
it.
though.
Yeah, I understand that, but we've gotten some 10 out of 10 chapters.
You
and we
understand
make Wano better. All
Like
I'm
what
saying
miss?
is this
I'm just saying
next
like
intermission. This next intermission, I got some high fucking hopes.
I'm just saying I don't think there's been any mystery in these intermissions like that we wouldn't have gotten if Reverless. Like, and you had said yourself, off screen the fights. We don't see Sabo versus the Admirals, and you still get the mystery from that if Sabo's okay.
Yeah, we would have known about. I didn't care about that though. It was.
That's what I'm saying.
It was the abolishment of the Shichibukai that made 956.
Well, I mean, that was entirely skipped over, but that was a reveal that happened. We knew it was going to happen anyway.
Yeah, but
the part that mattered,
99% we did. Yeah.
The part that mattered was seeing Fujitora plead its case because that was the entire character was built on.
Yeah, I understand that. I would have much rather had a.
But don't you guys think it's crazy to abolish that and immediately be like, okay, go get them niggas? Like, how about no?
Yeah, that's
niggas was coming at Mihawk immediately. I'm like, bro,
Mihawk,
you got
Weevil's supposed to be OD.
I remember.
Bro, you need an admiral and a half to be Mihawk.
I remember.
I don't know what these niggas doing.
I remember when that first happened. When the idea of them getting abolished first came up, and you're like, well, are they going to go after those worlds? I'm like, they have no real reason. That's what everybody had been saying. And they were just like, nah, fuck the emperors. We're going for the warlords. Why? Maybe they know government secrets or some shit because they're allied. Who knows?
I took it as this. I didn't like that it wasn't shown to us, but apparently the government has a new weapon that they're trying to use as a substitute for the Shichibukai system.
Yeah, they got
and everybody got super hyped thinking that Kobe was a rear admiral about to fight Hancock. But then revealed it was a typo and he's still a fucking captain. And then expect him to beat Boa Hancock.
I mean, he's still watching Boa.
You keep thinking
we know what's happening.
The rank doesn't change what he did in the strength, though.
He's gonna come to Admiral regardless.
Okay.
I'll talk about Go Kobe.
I want to ask you guys this, right? About One Piece right now, right? Because I'm kind of one of those people who thinks like you read something long enough, you kind of know what you're gonna get. You know what the authors or creative team's habits are and things of that nature. But do you guys think that it's fair this far in to still be really upset about off screens?
Yes,
definitely.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, it depends on what the off screens are.
Okay,
especially something like Revenue.
Well, I mean, the only time you're bringing off screens up is if it's shit you care about.
I was really mad about the Sandy off screen actually.
It's like I don't hear anybody getting mad about the fact that like he off screened.
The only reason why I'm asking
Novus Hawkins dog is disgraceful, bro.
The reason why I'm asking you guys because I feel like a lot of times it's an exercise in futility to really like. Okay, so let's Tower of God. Never ever again am I gonna say any. Bam could be fighting the entire time by himself and win with a contrivance, and I'll be like, this is just what I gotta expect. It's like that's just life. Like I almost feel like it's an exercise in futility sometimes. To expect something that's not going to happen. That's the only reason why I'm asking.
When you see,
because
John an asshole for the millionth time and won't tell the fucking truth. Like, come on, G. Like, I love you, G, but like, nigga, like this ain't it right now, bro. This ain't it. Like I'm tired of it. Sorry, I had to air my frustration.
No,
out.
I hear you. It's just like you know, like I remember people were kind of complaining about like Hold'em and speed and stuff, and it's like I actually understand, but it's like we're 900 chapters in. You know, character designs are going to be goofy, eccentric, over the top, and zany. It's like, don't you feel like to some degree it's an exercising futility to continually complain about it? That's
I don't know why
saying.
people.
Hey yo, Batman parried Luffy, man. Batman parried Luffy. That's all I can say.
Yo, y'all think Act 3 ends with Odin flashback?
No.
That'd be fucking weird. Actually,
No,
no.
I can't see that.
Because Act 2 never ends.
No, it doesn't matter. This goes to the next act.
Yeah, no, because we'll have intermission, dog.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like that means I get a good chapter.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
No, I mean, the only thing I can think of is that means that the only thing it means to me is that like Act 4 is gonna be super long though. Like, I mean, obviously, of course, it's gonna be the war and stuff. And that's what you have to hope for at the very least. So,
well, look, in the form of a kabuki play structure, like which is what Oda's going for with this. Act 3 always ends in like. Act 3 always ends in like tragedy. So Odin's death would serve as that tragedy. Whereas I don't see them failing the Fire Festival like Morge thinks, because then that would just.
Let's go.
So unless they go to the Fire Festival and they fail, in Act 3, then that's the
Cypher.
Odin dying, you know.
Yeah, fuck it.
Well, get me out then.
Yeah, Law dying though, 100%, and Jinbei dying too. Let's go.
Jinbei is dead.
Wait, hold on. Not my nigga Jinbei. Hold on.
Jinbei,
okay, I can accept
He's
that.
in Big Mom's belly, bro.
That's not how that works.
Hey, I'm pulling up to Canada, nigga.
Nah, man.
Yeah, man.
You ain't pulling up.
I'm gonna be real upset when Law doesn't die. That's all I gotta say.
Nah, I really want him to die, though.
You want him to be around in the story?
What do you guys think he's up to right now in Wano? Like,
he's regressing as a character.
Probably waiting for Luffy to do something.
Yeah, for real.
Regressing how?
he's trying to find out the traitor, man.
He's decreasing in quality. I need him to die before he becomes a mid character.
Don't do that, Skip.
Come on, Skip. Skip.
Why you do that?
Skip, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
That's the best one. That's the best one.
Oh, goat, Luffy.
What do you think about it?
Goat, Monkey D.
Like, Odin was already dead at this point, and he still had no scar. What do you think about that panel? You think Oda just fumbled the bag?
No, he gets the fucking scar.
Oda never.
Oda never.
Kaido
would never
doesn't have the
fumble a
scar.
bag.
He gets it. He gets it by the end.
Yeah, by Odin.
Odin gave him that thing.
Yeah.
So why is nigga saying Odin was already dead at this point in the story? What the fuck?
He's not dead yet.
Who the hell? Did you read the
Not
chapter?
dead. Dude, did you
No,
just-
I'm talking about the one in the Act 1.
Law increasing quality in Dressrosa and decreasing that same one. That's what Young said. he went up in Dressrosa and went down in Dressrosa.
That is fact.
I don't know.
Is it really though?
Well, I mean, it was down, then it went up, then it went back down.
What y'all think Blackbeard's out there scheming? I just need that.
Bro, that nigga plotting something fierce.
He's sending that nigga Aokiji. I actually have a feeling Aokiji coming. But
He's
I don't
probably
know.
doing something crazy. I don't know what.
I could see
Never
him
know.
sending Aokiji.
It's about
But Aokiji would want to, come help his little nigga X-Drake.
I personally have two more things I want to talk about. And then
Take your fan fiction
then
elsewhere,
I'm ready to
KG.
go. But you guys can agree whatever you want to go. We'll talk about. But can we talk about Zoro and Wano?
Go ahead.
You mean the lack of him? Yeah, for real.
Go ahead.
Can I just say it's so funny? It's so
Okay,
funny
so drop your ads so I can block you.
Hey, nigga, you can follow me.
No,
G.
but for real,
You
for
can
real, for
go
real.
ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm blocking. I don't care.
But actually, for real, like, how do you guys feel about Zoro?
He's been
and Wano
trash.
so far? Like,
Underutilized.
I just think it's funny that everybody assumed that he'd be
Sanji's
getting a lot
getting
in this
too much
arc
time.
because it's a sword land, and he hasn't done anything.
He's been
When
trash.
you realize
I don't know what to say. He's been stupid.
when you realize Sanji's had better moments in the samurai.
That's
arc.
facts.
He needs more time, less
Literally,
Sanji. Thank you.
Literally, the only reason people are like, Zoro needs to have moments in Wano is because it's Land of Swordsmen. There's no
Not
personal
necessarily,
connection.
though.
There's zero personal connection between him and this place prior to going into the arc.
He's like, yeah, prior to going in, yeah, but he's like 99.99999% Shimotsuki, bro.
I mean, who cares?
Why?
I care.
It's gonna be shitty, but he is, dog.
It changes literally nothing
It
about
doesn't
him.
make it worse. He hasn't done anything.
Yeah. And now it changes the story from, oh, I worked this hard to get where I am, to
The only
now
thing
I
that's
have
happened to
a
Zoro is
bloodline.
just negative stuff.
Glab is on the same page as me. The only reason why I never particularly liked the idea that he came from some prestigious like samurai Wano bloodline is like I feel like it invalidates.
It literally ruins the only good thing about him.
He's just some guy with a do-rag and 3 swords from East Blue who put in work, and he got to where he gives blood, sweat,
That's the
tears,
only
and
thing
training.
about him I find.
That's why
Zoro.
That's why I like Zoro, not because he's some destined. Yeah. I got Roger's hat on my head. Blah blah. No, he's like, bro. I
never understood that. Like, why do people want him to have such a prestigious bloodline so bad?
It makes him trash.
I don't know why.
Part of me feels like that kind of cheapens the story in a lot of ways. If everyone is like some important.
Every single person has a granddaddy or a mom that was like the top tier.
I'm a Shimotsky. I'm a Monkey D. Like, come on, bro.
There's a whole. That's the entire reason I didn't like the Sanji smoke shit.
Come on.
No, but see, with Sanji, he's a normal person, so it works, and he doesn't want to be like him.
I still don't like that he's from a royal.
Yeah, with his power up.
Regardless,
okay.
Yeah, it's like I don't. Yeah, and again,
it didn't bother me with Sanji because
no.
It was a bit set up though.
With Sanji, it didn't bother me because the clues have been there for a while. In addition to Sanji's backstory, was just a 30-day period he spent with some old nigga on an island not eating food. There's more to his life, right? So the fact that they elaborated on that, there was no issue. That never bothered me, cause like if you wanted to do that, who else you could really do that with in the Straw Hats? I don't know, but like that didn't really bother me. But like it's just
you
like
could show Frankie's parents.
It doesn't make Zoro a bad character or anything. I just really like the idea that he's just this self-made guy from East Blue who happened to join up with Luffy and he's just gonna do what he's gotta do. I don't like that he's like, oh, your dad is actually low-key Odin. Like, no, I'm talking about Odin, but like,
Plus, considering how bad the characters have been in Wano, it's probably not a good.
Yeah, so that's just.
Nah, but who knows?
If you like that, that's fine. That's just me. I'm kind of like the kind of person who just likes I don't care too much for that Chosen One Destiny kind of thing all the time. I think it's a little too much.
It sucks. It always sucks.
I don't like stories that overconnect. Like Kingdom Hearts has this problem. It likes to overconnect every little thing from every time period from its
dream drop
back
distance though.
Motherfucking present time. Like, no.
I know Hurt.
Listen. Zigbar being who he is not raw. That was the worst fucking secret ending I've ever seen in my fucking life. Shit trash. Sucks. Lushu. Fuck out of here. Get out of my face. I'm never playing another Kingdom Hearts game in my goddamn life. That shit was not raw.
Said I'm a budget uncle. Oh shit.
It was not raw.
What's that?
Nah, someone in the chat just dissed my ass. What was I gonna say? I just reread 920 and yeah, Kaido never had no scar and Oden was already dead. Unless Oda just forgot to draw it.
Well, it could just, I mean, that's possible. Oda forgets a lot of those things, but...
When he had Whitebeard first appear in the regular...
Or...
Not in the, not in the volume, but when he appeared, he didn't have all the scars he had. He forgot some. So
yeah, and during the whole
also, if you go back all the way to Punk Hazard,
stuff,
he has the scar in Momonosuke's flashback.
Okay.
Yeah, and even during the thing with Enma and stuff, it literally said too, this is the only sword that was able to hurt Kaido. What's the only mark we saw on Kaido? The scar.
That's what they said. The only katana, not Odin.
Yeah.
People, that's the thing. Yeah, people seem to. Couple Zoro fans think that it was fucking Ushimaru because they think Zoro's dad is Ushimaru and they're just trying to clout up Zoro and they'll do
Nothing wrong with that.
There is plenty.
There's a big thing wrong with that.
At this point, does it matter who did it if Zoro's just using the sword?
I actually think that it's possible Oda's just going to catfish everybody with that, and Zoro's going to try and cut him, and it's like, my scales got hard, bitch, and then the sword breaks.
Nah, you're not doing that.
Whoa, hey, I don't know about the sword breaking, G. That's a bit too much, man.
Listen.
It's not going to break, but people are going to be very upset when Zoro doesn't kill Kaido, because it's not happening.
Not kill, I mean...
I don't even understand where that came from, like...
Blame Gio.
Honestly, look.
Wiley Lau did it. I blame
I am not a part of that sector.
He's lying.
Hey, Zoro killing Kaido. What the fuck you talking about? He
I'm
definitely.
not part of that group.
Oh my
While we're on this
gosh.
topic, I want to bring up the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about, which was the Black Blade. I see one more. Sorry, the Black Blades, right? Because it was an interesting addition. It kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know how I feel about that, but like I just thought is it Shisui? I just thought it looked the way it looked, right? But like no,
It had always been like a
Ryoma
power
sword
scaling
god,
thing.
this and that, the other. Okay, Black Blade kind of thing. Oden never had one.
Yeah.
He trash.
I'm not saying
You didn't live
the
long
reason
enough.
why I'm not saying Odin is trash because didn't they say in this chapter he never really had any equals?
Shanks don't got a black blade.
Roger didn't have a black blade. Whitebeard didn't have a black
That's what's
blade.
annoying.
Shit don't
Literally,
matter.
the only
I don't
swordsman in
think
the entire verse that had it are Mihawk and Ryoma.
That's what pisses me
think
off.
Roger was a swordsman. I think Roger could do anything. He'll clap you. He beat your ass with his hands. He might
Ain't
use
Jack a
sword.
swordsman?
Feel like he.
Yeah, I
Bro,
think
the
so
nigga
too.
had a pistol on his
Yeah,
waist. You think
I
he
feel like-
wasn't
Yeah, I don't
using
see
that
this
shit?
nigga
Roger was
Roger.
the all rounder. That's
Yeah, I don't think he's putting out a sword on Garp.
headcanon, but
Yeah, it is
Maybe
headcanon,
wrong.
but do I see this nigga?
How many battles or do you think is intense battle? What do you think it really takes to forge a black blade? And do you think Zoro's gonna have one by the end of this arc? Because I know a lot of people.
Nah, not by the end of this
I've
arc.
seen a lot
No,
of people
not by the
saying
end of this.
By the end of this arc, Zoro should have a black blade with the
Hell no.
first with the sword.
Not
he got
by the
from
end of the. He
Kuina
shouldn't
from
have
Kuina.
one by the
Not
end.
by
Of
his own volition, no.
Okay.
And
It would
yeah,
be
He has
trash.
it by the end of
I
this
don't.
arc.
I don't think that would be
Shanks
right
lost it.
if we just introduced something.
If it was
and
that
right
easy,
there, like,
then everyone would have it.
Yeah,
Zoro's
yeah.
not
That
doing
easy.
anything in this arc that
Even
people.
Vista doesn't have one, right?
Shanks doesn't have one.
Even
Dog.
Vista,
Shanks.
that's right. Even Vista, as you said.
Okay.
If Zoro
Vista?
unlocks a black blade, then there literally has to be something that's not related to combat about it.
exactly.
Oda forgot to draw it.
Like
No.
the only way I
Kaido?
could see is if you could only turn like cursed swords black or something.
okay, yeah, I would understand that.
See,
Because
that-
like Zoro has a
that-
cursed
that
sword and
kind
then
of
blah blah
goes
blah.
into, like,
Yeah, but that doesn't
the
line up
thing
with
that I've been thinking
Shusui
about.
or Yoru.
Nah, it doesn't
So-
make sense because then no,
Wait,
Yoru could be cursed, but
what were you
it
saying,
wouldn't make
Pat?
sense. Shisui and
With
they're
Riz
gonna make
saying
Enma
that
black.
he thinks cursed swords can only be black blades. I've been kind of thinking that at the end of this arc, whatchamacallit, he's gonna take Idai Kitetsu. I don't know why Luffy's been holding on to it for so long, and it's
Luffy
gonna be
doesn't
part
even
of
have it
the.
anymore.
He don't got no money.
But do you,
Well,
but
what
do you,
happened to
do
the
you think
sword
maybe
then?
just levels? Like maybe it could be
Hitetsu
like
has it.
a kind of
Kiku
black,
got
a
it from
kind
the
of
prison
black blade,
pack.
like the upper right
Mostly
corner.
black, like the first half of it's
the
black.
upper right corner, you got is 2% black.
You got mixed race. You got mixed race. Then you got
You got a mixed
Can't
sword,
be without it.
half white, half black.
And they look down on the half black, half white swords.
You got a mulatto blade.
Then you got the whole ass nigga, like he's black
You
as
got a
fuck.
fucking half
Yeah, I don't know.
blade.
There has to be something about it that's just explainable. I don't know what it is. It has to deal with like the only way I could see it is like as of right now, since only Mihawk and Ryuma have it, and they're like the best swordsmen that the verse has seen. It has to be master related or something like that.
That's fair.
But like I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yo, the
I
mulatto
don't see why
blade.
Shanks doesn't have it. I don't think Shanks' armament haki is. If it's just
There's
armament
a
haki
part of
related,
me that wonders that you have to actually overcome a bunch of trials and tribulations. Like maybe Ryoma was always fighting up above his punching grade, and
I mean, I don't know what people
But
he'd
I
be
think
fighting.
for
made
me,
him that. I don't know though. Sorry.
for me, I think it's just people who live and die by the sword can obtain a black blade. So see, that's the thing. I've never subscribed to the idea that Shanks is just a him out to be. Like I think he's like the same type of fighter as Roger and Rayleigh. Like if he has other means to fight, he's going to be able to use them.
Rayleigh
But
swordsman.
with Mihawk and
Really
Zoro,
don't got a black blade, so
they're all like primarily just swordsmen. Like that's the only way they fight. They live and die by the sword. So I feel like that's what's going to be what's coming in. So
I
having a
got
black
Oda
blade.
just throw around the word fucking swordsman, dog. It's just there's.
I mean,
niggas-
it's confirmed like straight up that Jack is considered a swordsman. So
Moria is a swordsman.
I'm not even
Swordsman
kidding
by
when
name,
I say
but
that.
not by trade.
I mean, like literally, Viva Cards, boom, said Jack was a swordsman, verbatim.
dog,
so-
Law. I don't see Law as a swordsman personally.
I mean, he definitely is.
He has a
Uh-huh.
sword.
He has a sword.
It's
and
just a
he's
decoration, yeah.
proficient. Yeah, he's
No,
proficient.
I understand that he
because
has.
it's his devil sword.
I understand that, but I'm trying to say this nigga. We have only ever seen him use it in conjunction with his devil fruit.
Exactly.
That's not actually true.
Okay, the other times he's used it was to parry and like block a few attacks, yes. But I'm saying in terms of attacking, the only
Yeah,
time
he
he's ever
doesn't have
used it.
any
Yeah.
attack with the sword. That's what he's saying. It's true.
Yeah.
But a biracial logic as a sword.
Like Fujitora to me is definitely a swordsman.
I don't care if I'm black or I'm white. I'm sorry.
It would be cool to hear something.
Wait,
Mihawk related
Fiji,
about
that's
him.
contradictory.
do you
Fujitora's never used his sword without using his devil fruit.
Yes, he has. He clashed with Zoro. He
That's
slashed
the
him.
only time, and it was a block. It's the same
but
thing
he was-
Law did with Doflamingo.
No, but he was he was hitting back.
No, he wasn't. They clashed
He-
one time, and then he put Zoro in the ground.
Let me find this chapter because I know that's
It'd
not
be
what happened.
cool to hear something Mihawk related while we're here in Wano, but at this point, if I hear anything about him, it'd feel
Wait,
forced.
what's the conversation with Fujitora?
He was saying Fujitora is a swordsman, but Law isn't. If
Then
Law's
Fujitora
not,
wasn't blind.
if Law is not a swordsman, then Fujitora
He's been
definitely
capping the
isn't
whole
either.
time.
I think I
Nigga-
define
that
it
nigga
swordsman.
could see
I've had
without
this
vision.
conversation like
I
40
agree with that.
times.
I wouldn't really consider Fujitora a swordsman per se.
Yeah, Fujitora is. If Law is not a
He's using
swordsman,
his double-
Fujitora is not a swordsman.
Yeah, he's just using his devil fruit,
Why is
and
that?
the sword is removed.
Because
No.
if the precedent is that they have to have actual like attacks with their sword without using their devil fruit, neither of them
No,
has that.
no.
But that's like the
Nah.
thing. That's why I always ask the question: what does it actually mean to be the greatest swordsman in the world? If Mihawk is just straight swordsmanship, and I have some like I could like channel electricity through my blade, and I win through that factor more than my skills, do I not get the title at all? I still beat him, nigga. Fuck.
Yeah, I feel like it should. I feel like it
I want the
should be. I
title,
don't know
bitch.
if this is the
I don't
case,
care
but
if
I
I
feel
summoned a
like
meteor and that meteor killed him. I won. I'm the best
I'm just
swordsman
using
alive.
Fiji. I'm just using Fiji
yeah, I
stipulation.
know. Look, but I feel like it should be, at least for Mihawk's case, that he is the strongest man that wields a sword. Not necessarily like the world's strongest swordsman. I think it should be taken.
I actually
literally.
like how Ty put it before he went overboard that one time. But I forgot what he said.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I think he was just saying he just really like.
He said that Big Mom could beat Mihawk in a sword duel, but
Not
it's
that,
not that
not
Big
that.
Mom's like more skilled than
Wait,
Mihawk.
No,
wait.
not that
was,
part.
or something
I
like
think he
that.
was talking
No.
about like it's kind of like the heavyweight thing where like you just hold the belt until someone beats you. It's like
Yeah.
Mihawk just went to whoever at the time had that title and just beat him, and then now he has it. So it's like you just gotta beat him again. I can't remember what he said though. Really, I can't really.
I think he said like Big
I
Mom
know the
could beat
Big Mom
Mihawk in,
thing
like,
was
a
something
sword
else
duel.
he added on, and that's
Yeah,
where
yeah.
he lost me. But I'm talking about his initial point. Cause Ty
I don't remember what his.
Ty
I don't
usually
remember
will
what
have
his
an initial
stipulation
point
was.
that's pretty good, but he'll keep piling on, and then he'll lose me. Like no,
Yeah.
that's not it. You know what I'm saying? Smoothie versus Zoro, who y'all got? I actually think Smoothie trash. I'll give it to Zoro.
Smoothie's a girl, so I automatically want to vote whoever is going against her. But Zoro is not good either, so I'd have to go Smoothie.
Yeah, it's smoothie.
It's smoothie. It's a no.
Oh,
This
can
is
we
a
talk about Udon for a
problematic
second?
thing.
Udon. When Luffy was there trading his Ryoli and whatnot.
Bro,
Why do we have to talk about it?
bro?
Yeah,
because-
I was really hoping we didn't. have to-
Only reason I bring it up because I want to talk about Kid and maybe what Kid could do, the story and your thoughts on Kid and the greatest supernova of all time, Scratch from the Pooh mixtape coming.
Fuck that nigga, bro. He a
But
op.
did you guys?
He's op too, nigga.
Hey man,
Yeah,
you gotta.
It was on one side the whole
Can
time.
I-
What you thought he was
Can
on?
I address something?
What?
No.
I understand. He's a. You're right. This is piracy, my nigga. You do what you gotta do to make it, live, win, kill, become what you gotta become. I'm not trying to hear all that. I don't care what
Bro,
you
that's why you
did
mind your own
to
fucking
get to the
business.
top. As long as you get there, you can. That man could have been. That man could have been twerking for Orochi for Kaido for years and kill him in his sleep. Oh shit. The 8 years he spent twerking was worth it. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, hey.
I don't want to hear all
to
that
make
no
it,
more. I'm tired of it. I'm tired.
Naya, to make it to the top of the pirate world, would you give a nigga the grapefruit technique?
The what technique?
The grapefruit technique? Is that what he
This
just said?
nigga, what the
I don't know. That's why I heard grapefruit, but I don't know what that fucking means.
I was like, what the hell is that, bro?
You
Must be
never
an
seen that
ancient
video?
technique.
The girl?
Tech.
Is it like the fucking? Is it like the
Guitar
fucking wushu finger hold in Kung Fu Panda or some
I see
shit? Like,
Guitar
I don't
Hey,
know what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
drop the link in the chat.
I don't know. Get a
You
grapefruit.
talking about the girl?
Get the
Yeah,
fruit to
I'm
room temperature.
about
Roll the
completely
grapefruit against a hard surface. Slide the slices of the grapefruit. Yeah, blindfold your man. Begin BJ's normal. Place the grapefruit around his feet. What the fuck is going on? don't know what's going on. All I'm saying, I don't know what he's talking about with this grapefruit.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed
Nigga,
that I
I
knew what that
dropped
was,
it.
bro.
I dropped it.
Let me see this shit.
Watch it at your own time.
Oh
Watch
yeah,
it at
yeah,
your
yeah.
own
I've
risk.
seen this. I knew it was
I
this. I
seen
had.
this video.
Yeah.
I'm
You
so
just put it around
disappointed
and
that I
do it
knew
all
this.
and just slurp on that shit. So what did you ask?
Oh,
So
no,
what was your
no,
initial
no,
question?
No. How the grapefruit your man? Nah. Danger. Should I play this shit?
No.
Play it on stream.
No,
Let's go.
absolutely not.
Play it on stream. Play it on stream.
No, don't play it on stream.
I'm looking through the. She's nah. This is not safe. Nah.
Oh yeah, she's got.
So you wouldn't do that to make it to the top.
No. See, that's different. What I would do and what they would do doesn't matter because my ego was way too high. I have too much pride. That's different. I'm different. That's not the same thing.
Okay,
All I'm saying is, if I can respect somebody who just, okay, Kaido comes. What could you do? Fight, run, or join,
or grapefruit him.
Whatever choice you take.
Using that as a term now.
Shit, if grapefruit him takes you to the top, you do what you gotta do. What did Crocodile say? The word unfair is meaningless to pirates. I stand by that. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Luffy agreed too.
Even up until with the category, he said, "Yo, it don't matter." If you had your sister to help you and I lose, that's on me. God, doesn't matter if it's a fair fight. I respect.
So you wanted to talk about?
Yep,
Kid?
it don't matter because he gave it up.
I respect that too. That's a real one.
Let's talk about Kid, right?
No, let's talk about the GOAT, boneless Magneto. Will he fling?
Don't do that.
Will he or will he not fling a medal?
This nigga, bro.
He's superior than an American comic fool.
That's Cap.
Do you
Wait?
know what Magneto could do last?
That is big Cap.
American comics stink, anyways.
I have a simple question for you, lads. You know what he's capable of? That's all I'm asking you.
Yeah, do you know what Magneto capable of?
So
that whole verse.
If I had a gold chain right now and that nigga was in Mexico, he could choke the shit out of me and kill me from where he is. Kid's not doing that,
bro. Like you don't understand, my
nigga. But is he me?
Kid's not seeing the electromagnetic spectrum. Kid's not summoning no meteors from space.
Kid's not ripping the iron out.
Bro, Kid is gonna become a bloodbender, bro. Just accept it.
Exactly.
That is not gonna happen.
Iron?
Bro, that's his awakening. I bet you his awakening is he's gonna become a bloodbender.
Nigga, Wano, let's go. Oh, yeah, all right.
No, wait, who said that?
That's my cue.
Who said that? Who said that?
Am I really gotta pull out the fucking House of X panel to prove how raw Magneto is?
Never heard of him.
Do it.
Even though I
Eric, do it.
Even though
never heard of Magneto.
I hate Marvel and DC right now.
I said
unlimited power.
Do it.
I Babu freaking. Hey, yeah, on the weekend. Yeah. I'm Babu freak. Joy, memory, go, black.
This man brought these people to Jerusalem just to say this shit.
I'm gonna put it on screen.
This man literally brought all these people to the most holy city in the world just to talk shit.
That's some asshole shit. That's great.
I told you. Magneto's not the same. He's not like everyone else.
Are they gonna come after Eric Lensher like that? Hell no.
Eric Lensher.
That's why I keep calling him.
We don't use that name. We don't call him that, bro.
That shit funny. Anywho.
Jack
this
Kirby
nigga hit that Lion King 1.5 shit. Everything the light touches is not yours.
It
bitch.
is mine now, bitch.
Any final comments?
John the Goat.
Wanna go?
You said John the Goat? Of course.
John the
You
Goat.
already know. I gotta rep him.
And his bounty going to jump up to rival Luffy's again.
Who's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, kids?
Yep.
Do you like
As it
that?
should.
You like that? Actually, you know what? Depends on what
He's gonna kill Kaido.
does.
I can fuck with that.
Well, they're
Mark
they're
this
going
right
to
now.
they're
He
going
killing
to
Kaido.
knock Kaido.
Good stream
He's
now.
one to
Move it,
have
bro.
the final blow.
Hey, Naya, put the other photo up. Just the one of him talking shit.
I'm about to in a second.
I just want to see. I just want to see that.
They gotta see this part first, just so they can see like the beginning. You know how it starts. And I'll put it because Magneto raw. Anywho, let's hope for a better, stronger year this year for One Piece. I really like, for real. And like I just don't like that people get to, like, you know. Ultimately, I understand it's the internet. People gonna overreact to what they do, but like I just don't like people get the wrong idea. I don't hate One Piece overall. It's just I got issues. I just do. Live with it. That's life.
I mean, as long as unordinary hitting, you know what I'm saying? I'll read a mid.
You
once
have
a week,
new
you know,
gods now.
Jack Kirby approves of that statement, by the way.
Stop hating.
As long as you're a fan of the series, it's okay for you to
Let's
feel.
go. East of West greatness. Yes. That's what I like to see. East of West to go.
See, that ain't Marvel and that ain't DC. That's greatness for American comics.
10 out of 10, wasn't it?
IDW.
You do have issues. I don't disagree with that part. That's true.
Give me that IDW Transformers, bro. That shit's good.
But anywho, thank you guys for coming. This last chapter was a question mark out of 10. I'll have an answer for you next week. When I have some answers, I'll have some answers for you. OnlyFans. I'm selling feet pics. I'm joking. I'm out of here.
What? Who said
Thank you guys for coming.
Bathwater.
Probably the next.
Yo, niggas is weird, bro.
Wait. Probably the next video we're gonna do is the 2019 Tower God recap. But
yeah, baby, let's go.
I said it's a recap, but it might be cap. Yeah.